All right. I think we are. Oh, all right. Yep. Calm down. Calm down. Advertisements. Calm the f down. Greetings, humans of all shapes and sizes, of every color, of every background. Fixie Clary is in the chat. Hello, Fixie. Orange Hat Reviews is here. Jeff Buffington, Craig Accaret. Hello, how is everyone? He's alive. Remember to keep your phone away. Yes, I have my phone right here. You guys ready for this? Yeet! There we go. There we go. We should be all set. Thank you for the reminder, Jeff. I appreciate that. And that phone is out of here. So, let's see. Aiden, Battlefront, Brandon. Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing tonight? I didn't hear the crash. Well, that's because it landed on a kind of a cushioned area, so it's all good. It's all good. How are you guys doing tonight? How are you all doing this lovely Saturday evening? I am sorry for being late. You see, I woke up this morning and I went to church and I had to help out with things at church, and that took a few hours. Then I got home from that. I went on Julie's live stream. After that, I had to make some videos and stuff for Geeks and Gamers and for my channel. And then after that, I basically had about an hour to eat dinner, shower, do all of that stuff, and so I had to get all of that done in about an hour. And as you can tell, I'm running a little bit late, so I apologize for that. But we are here now. We are here, and we are ready to party it up tonight. This is a Josiah After Dark stream. So with that being said, that means that you guys can be naughty. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I mean, I'm just whatever. Just be yourselves. Just be yourselves. Let's see. Josiah G&G is gaining gains subs very fast. You and the team keep up the good work. Thank you for that. Senate plays. I hope. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Let's see here. What's up, Josiah? Hello, Dr. Richard Kimball. I keep mine away. I wouldn't be able to chat. Just got back from night on the town with a bud I haven't seen since 2012, so I'm great. Well, that's awesome. I hope you and your bud are doing great, and I hope you guys had a fantastic time. We might, at some point tonight, have some guests come on the stream. We might have possibly Neurotic. Sounds like Gary might be possibly coming out to the stream. We might have some other people joining us as well. Possibly some people that you know, like John Talks or Odin's Movie Blog or Jesse Milestones or Jeremy. I invited all of them to join me tonight, so we will see if any of them do come on. So yeah, we will see how that goes. Let's see. Alex McCarthy, welcome to the stream. Hey man, sorry can't watch tonight. Just stopping by to say good luck and happy Easter. Looking forward to Game of Thrones stream at Monday. Thank you for that, Alex. I appreciate that, and I hope you have a fantastic Easter tomorrow. And I hope you have an enjoyable time with your family. Thank you for stopping by, my friend, and I will see you Monday. Gary is cool, people. Gary is an awesome dude, and he and I get along pretty good. And I think that one of these times he and I are gonna have to do some sort of collab or something, because he's an awesome guy. Craig says, sorry, I entered my post too early. That's why the sentence looks broken up. Oh, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Nico is in the chat. If you guys can, please smash the like button. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you all for being here tonight. We're going to be talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to be talking about some things that happened this week. And we're just going to be kind of just hanging out and stuff. David McCarthy is in the chat as well. Hello. So, you know what? I threw my phone, but I had some notes on it. But we're going to go ahead and just kind of see if I can remember this off the top of my head. Thank you, Dr. Kimball, for smashing that like button. I greatly appreciate it. I don't know. For some reason on my screen, it's blurry, and I'm not entirely sure why it's blurry. Okay, now it's clear. Okay. Okay. That was weird. Okay. So, you know what? Let's just go ahead and kick this right off. I actually want to talk about a movie that I saw this week first. All right. This was a really, really good movie. It was called The Man Who Killed The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot. And you know what? That was a really, really entertaining film. It was a really good time. It stars Sam Elliott, and it's definitely like an indie film. I don't even remember it even coming out in theaters at all. And my theater gets pretty much all the movies that come out in theaters. So it might have been like a like a limited release or something in theaters. But it's a really, really good film. Sam Elliott is fantastic in it, as he usually is, and it's about a man who actually who killed Hitler. And then so it kind of like the thing I liked about this film was that it kind of showed how well, it showed like Tom Hanks, or not Tom Hanks. It showed like Sam Elliott's character when he was younger and stuff, and it showed him. I was thinking of Tom Hanks because his character kind of looked like Tom Hanks when he was younger and stuff. Sam Elliott's character when he was younger, and it kind of showed that half of his life where he was a young dude, and he actually ended up killing Hitler, which is, yeah, I know it's not like a true story or anything, guys, but and it kind of showed his love life and stuff with this girl that he had an interest in and stuff. And then it kind of was also the other half of the movie was kind of about him as an older dude, like as Sam Elliott as we know him, and how he's like kind of down on his luck. He's kind of struggling. He's kind of depressed a little bit, and he I don't want to give spoilers away or anything, but basically he ends up being asked to hunt down Bigfoot and kill Bigfoot. The cool thing that I liked about this movie was that it kind of showed parallels between him as an older man in that stage of his life and him as a younger man at that stage of life. How he basically in both stages of his life he had to hunt down a monster and stuff, Hitler, Bigfoot, and it was a very thought provoking film. It really was. I don't really want to tell too much about it because it there are a lot of spoilers in it actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. But it's kind of a movie, kind of along the lines of like maybe like Big Fish or something like that. Very thought provoking. It had some really interesting themes in it. Definitely worth a watch. So if you guys are looking for something to watch, definitely check that out. I highly recommend that film. It's kind of a slow burn, but it's really good. It's really fun to watch, and definitely worth watching, especially if you're into films that kind of that make you kind of think through things a little bit and stuff. And yeah, so with that being said, that out of the way, that is kind of my thoughts about and a recommend for you guys for a movie to watch this week or this weekend or whatever you guys are looking for a movie to watch. Tina, welcome to the stream. Happy Resurrection Day, Josiah. I can't stay long, but I saw you go online and wanted to say hello. Now, what's this about Bigfoot and Hitler? Well, there you go. You heard it from the man himself. Sam Elliott did end up killing Hitler, actually. Yeah, and you see, the thing is that people just are trying to hide that from us and stuff. It's all just a conspiracy, and they're trying to hide that. And you guys probably didn't even know this, but Sam Elliott was actually the first person to be on the moon too. So he's gone around a little bit. Sam Elliott's been there. He actually he was the one. He was actually the one that invented the pyramids too. Back in ancient Egypt and stuff. So he's been around. He's gone around a little bit. He's done a few different things here or there. But Sam Elliott's a cool dude. He's a cool guy. Anyway, thank you for being here, Tina. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Sam Elliott is the man. He was great in Tombstone. I never heard of this Bigfoot Hitler movie, but you have me intrigued to check it out. Yes, it is definitely worth a watch. Really fun film. Sam Elliott sure. Oh man. Sam Elliott is actually, for his age, he looks pretty incredible. Not gonna lie. I hope I look as good as Sam Elliott does when I'm his age, because man, He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. Uh, um, and also, if you guys didn't know, I have a new secret identity. I have a new alter ego, and that is the this version of myself. This is kind of like my the dark side of Josiah. This is the dark side Josiah. So if you ever see me, if you ever see me with my hat like this, then you know that things are about to get serious. So just keep that in mind, everyone. Okay. Oh man. So the main thing that I kind of wanted to talk about tonight was the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because as we all know, the Avengers Endgame comes out next week, and it comes out 5 days from now, and I'm super excited for it, as you all know. And I kind of wanted to take this stream to kind of talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe up to this point. It's technically been around for 11 years now, and it's been quite the ride, quite the journey. During those years, during the past like 11 years, when I was thinking about it, just think about my own life and how things have changed so much for me as a person over the past 11 years. It's actually insane, but it's so cool to be to realize that like this franchise has been around ever since like 2008 and stuff, and it's just really incredible to see where my life has gone over the past 11 years and stuff. So I kind of want to kind of get some feedback from you guys about what you think about the MCU with a few different topics, a few different questions. I was thinking that we might even possibly run through all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies and kind of talk about them and stuff. So we're gonna be doing that tonight. Let's see. Let me catch up on the chat here real quick. Hello there, just got here. I saw that Bigfoot Hitler movie you're talking about. It actually was pretty good for being a low budget film. I totally agree. It was a well made film. It's a really well made film. It is true now. It is the end game and the end of an era of films when superheroes ruled. Yes, I kind of feel that might be the case here. Tina says Darkside Josiah, and that new username will pop up in 3, 2, 1. Well, it just depends on who wants to be the dark side of Josiah. It is quite the journey, quite the task, and one that shouldn't be taken lightly. Just keep that in mind, everyone. Senate Plays says, what's your favorite Lord of the Rings movie? Oh man, you guys are already getting me started on Lord of the Rings. My favorite of the Lord of the Rings movies is probably Return of the King, but it kind of flip-flops between Return of the King and Fellowship of the Ring. Both of them are incredible movies. All three of them are incredible films. It's really hard for me to choose and say which one is better than the rest, because it's kind of like choosing which kid is your favorite or which kid is you think is the best and stuff among your kids. And I can't really do that with these movies, but I think that Return of the King might be slightly my favorite. So yeah, that movie really just rocks my world every time I watch it emotionally. I mean, there are definitely emotional parts in all three of them that really get me, but Return of the King is just like it's on a whole other level. It's the epic scale of it, the journey of Frodo and Sam, and how if I feel like their relationship really was the most strained in Return of the King, and it was really cool to see how they had to how they had to adapt to everything that was happening with them and stuff. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, it's just a really great film, really great trilogy. So yeah. Random nerd of doom. I hope Karma one day gets Brie Larson after all the annoying things she did. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. I don't know. I don't see how annoying people like her can make it very long. But on the other hand, I could probably point to a bunch of annoying people in Hollywood who are still around that probably shouldn't be around anymore. but yeah, I totally get what you're saying there. Brandon B, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, my friend. I greatly appreciate that. Thanks for the content you post. No problem. I appreciate all of you guys, and I do it for you guys. So thank you so much. And yeah, I I really am so thankful to you guys and just your support. Couldn't be where I am without you guys, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, Brandon, for the super chat, and you rock, dude. So thank you, Wellington. What's up, Wellington? I did watch the the movie that you were talking about, Wellington. The man who killed Hitler, and then the Bigfoot. Really great film, and I really enjoyed it a lot, Wellington. So yeah, I know that you watched it and you said that you liked it a lot. So yeah, Sting, Sting, Sting. You guys want Sting? Here is Sting. It doesn't glow blue though, so I don't know. I think I'm safe right now, but if it does start glowing blue, then you if it does start glowing blue, then I might have to get up, brandish Sting, and go slay some orcs. So yeah. Let's see. I love all three, but for some reason, I love the Two Towers the most. I love Two Towers too. Helm's Deep, I think, is the best battle sequence of any film of all time. It is truly just incredible. So I do love Two Towers a lot too. I really do. Sam has an amazing speech at the end of Two Towers. The best, I think, one of the best speeches of all time. It's just so powerful, so emotional, and yeah. Let's see. Terrence, thank you for being in the chat. Thank you for being in the stream. How are you, buddy? I'm doing great. I'm just happy to be here hanging out with you guys. So, this is an after dark stream. This is a naughty Josiah stream, and you know, the dark side of Josiah might appear every once in a while on this stream. So yeah. um, let's see. Is it sharp? The point of it is sharp. Yeah, I could probably stab it into my leg. Do you guys want to see me stab it into my leg? I'm just kidding. I'm not going to stab it into my leg. In 10 years, Brie Larson is going to look back and be really embarrassed or even ashamed of her behavior. I almost feel bad for her because she is learning a tough lesson on a massive stage. Yeah, I mean, and if Brie Larson one day comes around and is like, "Yeah, I was not acting like a cool person back then and stuff," then that's fine. I would totally just be like, okay, I'm glad that you admitted it, and I'm glad that you realized that you were really annoying, and it's all good. It's all good. But I don't know if she's actually ever going to do that. But yeah. Let's see. Lord of the Rings are blah for me. Ah, Nico, those words hurt. Ouch. Man, you got me right here. You got me right here. A part of my heart just broke off and just withered up and faded away into existence. Ah, man. I'm just kidding. That is totally fine, Nico. It's okay for you to be wrong. It's okay for you to be wrong. No, you said that they were just blah for you, which is totally fine. That's not any sort of objective thought about the film. It just means that you don't like the films or whatever, and that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Wonder if Sting could slay Klingorks. Klingorks. Is there such a thing? Is that from like Star Trek or something? Let's see. It's always cool talking with you, Josiah. We have to tackle a live stream together one day. That will happen. I can't promise when it's gonna happen, but it will happen someday. I will definitely get some of you guys on for some live streams and stuff. And you know what? I don't know if any of you guys caught the stream earlier on Wished Upon Vlogs channel that I was on, but I had a really good time with them, and I think that might have been only like the second or third time that I was in the same stream with Drunk 3PO, and I had a blast talking with him. And so I definitely want to have him on for a live stream sometime because that was a lot of fun, really fun talking with the Drunk 3PO. So yeah. I kind of resemble Michael Shannon, the guy who played General Zod in Man of Steel. I don't even remember what that guy looks like, to be completely honest. Um, Michael Shannon. Oh, well, Michael Shannon was just on Jimmy Fallon tonight or last night. So there you go. I can kind of see it, I guess. I think he looks a little bit more intimidating. What the heck? This is a weird picture of him. What is this? Do you hold on, guys? I gotta share this with you. Let me share this with you here. What is this image from? He looks so terrifying in this picture right here. Seriously, I was like, what? What on earth? He looks absolutely terrifying in this picture. I'm actually kind of scared for my life now. Oh man. I was like, what on earth? Let's see. What's up, Cameron? Welcome to the stream. Best battle scene of all time. I have a feeling the Battle of Winterfell on tomorrow's episode will take the cake. Just a hunch. Battle of Winterfell. Yeah, I think it could definitely be up there. I will say that the Battle of the Bastards was one of my favorite fights ever. Or the fight that happened in that episode and stuff like the battle in that episode was absolutely incredible. Um, Everything that they did with that fight was just amazing. How they like followed Jon Snow's perspective throughout most of that battle and stuff was just really awesome, really well done. So yeah, I thought that they did a really good job with that. Are you excited for the Tolkien movie? Absolutely. I can't wait for that film. Um, Ask Mecca or Gary. LOL. I'll bet they could tell you. That is true. They definitely are the Star Trek experts. I am not. I am definitely not the Star Trek expert. So yeah. Brie Larson is stupid. She's a fail human that doesn't know how to communicate properly. I don't see her coming around in this era, seeing that there are a lot of cupcakes. Definitely a possibility there. Tina says Klingorks are the abomination bad robot dreamt up for Star Trek Discovery. They're supposedly real Klingons. They look more like orcs. It's sad what they've done to Star Trek. Yeah, I mean I never was really a big Star Trek person, but I know that a lot of people who love Star Trek are definitely not happy with what they're doing with Star Trek Discovery. Someday I'm gonna have to educate myself on everything that's happening with STD and stuff and get caught up on all of that because yeah, it sounds like it's quite the mess. So yeah. Um, let's see. Shannon is an underrated actor. I'm trying to remember what else has Michael Shannon been in. IMDb, here I come. Let's see what IMDb has to say about this. Did you guys ever did you guys ever figure out what that oh, Shape of Water? Oh, okay. I totally forgot that Michael Shannon was in Shape of Water. Let's see. Um, let me screen share with you guys so you guys can look at this too here. So let's go down to wow, he's been in a lot of stuff. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Groundhog Day. Um, let's see. Pearl Harbor, Vanilla Sky, 8 Mile. He was in 8 Mile. Wow. Um, let's see. Bad Boys 2. These are just the movies that are popping off at me. World Trade Center. Um, let's see. Hmm. That's kind of I don't know. He was in Man of Steel. I don't really recognize a lot of his movies here actually. Um, let's see. What is he doing? What's he has have coming up here? Did he do any movies like super recently? He was in Fahrenheit 451, which I still haven't seen yet. Obviously, Shape of Water, Nocturnal Animals. Um, interesting. Interesting. So he's going to be in a movie called The Quarry coming out next year, and then he's in Knives Out. Hey, that's the Ryan Johnson film, the movie that we are all super excited for. We are all. I know that we're all just dying to see Knives Out by Ryan Johnson. A detective investigates the death of a patriarch of an eccentric, combative family. Chris Evans is in that as well as Daniel Craig. Interesting. Good old Ryan Johnston. Oh man, let's see. What would you do if you woke up one day years from now and your older self looks like Michael Shannon? Well, I guess I would just roll with it. I guess I don't know. I don't know. Michael Shannon is a great actor that has a natural approach to acting. Brie Larson is a joke that doesn't know anything about comics. She said Captain Marvel can beat Superman, which was vomit-inducing. Superman would destroy Captain Marvel. Yeah, but she thinks that she can pretty much beat anyone who ever existed of all time. So yeah, that's her attitude. That's her attitude. Like, I don't know. Did you guys see my most recent video that I posted on her, where it was like talked about her interview where like there was like somebody that's like, what would happen if Captain Marvel was in a fight against, and then she was just like, Captain Marvel. Or no, the guy was like, who would win in a fight between, and then she was like, Captain Marvel. And he was like, but I didn't even say it doesn't matter. It's Captain Marvel. Next question. It's like, ugh, you're so irritating. Oh man. Did you check out Endgame leaks, Josiah? I did not. I am staying as far away from that crap as I can. I literally do not know anything about those leaks at all. But I do have kind of a theory where I think I might have talked about this in my last stream, where I was like, it's possible that those leaks might not even be real. It's possible that they might have been put out there by Disney, Marvel Studios, the Russo brothers, or something, to kind of get people kind of distracted by that and caught up on all that. And that those leaks might not even show up in the movie, because I mean they filmed fake footage for Avengers Endgame's marketing and stuff, for the trailers and all that stuff. So it's possible that that the footage in those leaks might not even be real. I'm just throwing that out there. It's obviously they're not going to confirm one way or the other, but I've looked around and I can't find anything where Disney, Marvel Studios, the Russo brothers have commented on all about those leaks. So it's a possibility that those leaks might not even be legitimate leaks. That's just my theory. That's just my theory. Um, let's see. Uh, I read the book Fahrenheit 451 for a lit circle in school a few years ago. Interesting. I've never read the book Fahrenheit 451. That is one that I should definitely check out. Interesting. Brie Larson doesn't know much. She just runs her mouth. Scarlett Johansson needs to punch her in the face. I don't know. I don't think calling for violence is ever the right answer. I don't think that's the right approach either. You know, I don't know. I don't think physical violence is the right answer to anything. So I still have no idea how Johnson went from a good movie Brick to whatever The Last Jedi was. Yeah, and I've actually never seen Brick, but I saw Looper, and I thought that Looper was decent. It wasn't like amazing, but it was decent for the most part. Um, what do I think of the female Thor rumors? Well, funnily enough, I just did a video on that for Geeks and Gamers tonight. Um, you know what? I'm not excited about it. I'm just not. Um, and it's not because it's a female. It's not because it's a female led movie either. It's because Chris Hemsworth is Thor. Chris Hemsworth is my Thor. It would be the same if they got some random new dude to play Thor and stuff. Like, I would not be excited about that. I don't want someone else stepping in and playing that character. I want Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth. I want Chris Hemsworth as my Thor. I don't need anyone else to play Thor for me. And I think that a female version of Thor has always been kind of a stupid thing because I'm huge on Norse mythology. I love Norse mythology so much, and I know that they take their own spins and creative liberties and all that stuff with Thor in the comics and stuff. But I just don't understand what the hype is behind having like a female Thor. I don't understand the hype behind having someone else becoming Thor and stuff. Like, Thor is a very specific character from Norse mythology. He's a very specific person from Norse mythology, and he's clearly a dude from Norse mythology. But at the same time, like I said, they don't really follow the mythology that well. But I mean, this is like one of the core figures from mythology and stuff. Like, how can you change that up? I just don't understand it. And like I said, it would be the same if there was just a random new dude who's going to be playing Thor. I would be just as upset with that as a female Thor and stuff. It's not because of the gender, even though that's what all the SJWs want to make it all about. It's not because of the gender. It's because Chris Hemsworth is my Thor, and I'm just getting more sad the closer the Endgame comes up and stuff, because I'm like, you know what? This really is the end. This really is the end of what we've known about the MCU up to this point. So many characters are going to be moving on after this movie. And just the idea of not having, I was excited about Thor 4 when they first announced it, because it's like, okay, cool. I'm totally down with that. I would love to have Chris Hemsworth return as Thor again in Phase 4 or something like that, so that I can have at least something to look forward to, like one of the original characters and stuff. And if it isn't going to be Chris Hemsworth and it's going to be some new person, I'm just not excited about that. I don't want that. I want Chris Hemsworth. Oh man. Anyway, maybe this just, I don't know. And you know what? Maybe newer generations will feel differently. Maybe the newer generation will look at Phase 4 moving forward and they'll be excited for these movies and stuff. But I mean, I didn't necessarily grow up with these movies, but at the same time, they were around in my teenager for a few of my teenagers and stuff, and they were a big part of my life, and it's just crazy to think that that things are changing so much with the MCU. Kevin Feige has been saying some pretty crazy stuff recently as well. We're going to be talking about that a little bit tonight. That dude is kind of going off the deep end, and it's really, really sad to see. So, yeah. Let's see. I have a problem with studios when they put false footage in trailers. I don't know how I feel about that, because on the one hand, especially for a movie like Avengers Endgame, I can kind of understand why they're doing it, because this is one of the most important movies that we'll be getting in our lifetimes, and they want to protect this film, and I'm glad that they want to protect this film. I really am. And as long as the fake footage that they put in the trailers doesn't take away from the spirit of what they're trying to say in the trailers and all of that, then I'm totally fine with them doing that, just because this is one of the most important movies of my life, and I don't want anything to be ruined for me and stuff. So yeah. Oh, Wellington was in timeout. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, I think I have like some word blocks on my chat and stuff, like for certain words, but I'll have to go back in and kind of take a look and see what I have word blocks for, because I don't want to like restrict what you guys are saying, but at the same time, there's just some words that are completely unnecessary. I don't know what you said, Wellington stuff, but I'm sorry if that got you there. So, seems like false advertising to me. Would rather see what is actually in the movie. And yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, we kind of already know what we need to know about this movie. We already know that it's going to be about the original Avengers taking on Thanos. I don't understand why we need to know anything else beyond that. So, because we already kind of know that about this movie, I'm actually totally fine with what they've done with the marketing so far. Terrence says, "I got you, Josiah. Violence is not the way, but Brie Larson is a fail." I agree. I totally agree with that statement. And no problem, Terrence. No problem. What did I miss? Welcome to the stream, Invid. Happy Easter early. Thank you, Stray Dog. I appreciate that. Let's see. Star Wars, Star Trek, Ghostbusters, MCU, Marvel Comics, Doctor Who, DC, Arrowverse, all the things the NPCs have come in and are destroying or trying to destroy. James Bond is next, unfortunately. Yeah, it's sad. It's just continuing to infect more and more of our entertainment. Everywhere you look, you see the SJW nonsense, and it's really depressing. It's really depressing to see. It really is. Like we, man, you know, these are all just such great franchises and stuff, and now they're all just being destroyed by what the SJWs are doing, and it's just really stupid, really sad. And hopefully we'll get some dramatic changes in the future. I don't know if that means dramatic changes with the way that Hollywood handles these franchises, or maybe dramatic changes as in there's going to be people that will be stepping in that will be creating new franchises that we can love that won't be affected by the crap that the Hollywood is trying to affect our franchises with. But who knows? Who knows? Tina says, I have sunrise service in the morning, so I need to fly. Take care now, and glad I could drop by for a minute. Thank you so much, Tina, for being here. I appreciate you, and thank you for helping with the chat and stuff. You rock, and I hope you have a great night. No female Thor. Let's see. It's too early for a female Thor anyway. That's just a bad idea. I think I lost your comment. However, that does match what they are doing this day and age. Nope. Yep. I totally agree. If Thor was a woman, the name would be Thor, Odin's dater, not Odin's son. Yeah. It's really silly. It's really silly. Hey, movie fan, welcome to the stream. I have a friend whose religion is Norse. I think he might be a little offended by that. A little offended by what? By female Thor? Is that what you're saying, Jeff? If I said something that was offensive, then that's not what I meant. I don't know. I can't remember what I was saying about it. All I know is that I'm a huge fan of Norse mythology. I love studying it. I love reading about it. I love the history behind Norse mythology and how it came to be and all that stuff. I love all of that. I just love Norse culture in general. A lot of my heritage comes from Sweden and Norway, and so I love reading about that. So yeah, they're fascinating people. Chris Hemsworth is the one and only Thor for the MCU. Totally agree. If we sent Rian Johnson back in time to see his younger self, would his younger self take him out knowing future Ryan will one day direct The Last Jedi like in Looper? That's an interesting thought. Put Rian Johnson in the Looper universe and see what happens. But you know what? As much as I hate the things that have happened with Star Wars, there's a part of me that also, I mean, I like to try to look on the bright side of things and think about it this way. If the Last Jedi was a smashing success and was an incredible movie, let's just hypothesize with me here for a second. What if, I mean, we might not have as amazing of a community as we have right now. You know, our community kind of came together because of what they did with The Last Jedi. in a lot of ways. And obviously what they did with Captain Marvel and stuff as well. And as much as it really sucks what they are doing with these movies, on the other hand, we might not have the awesome community that we have today. Now, I'm not saying that necessarily makes what they've done with these movies good. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I like to look on the bright side of things, and so that's kind of just a bright side, I guess. Just throwing that out there. Um, no woke in the MCU, go woke and we ditch you. I like that. I like that chant, movie fan. Kevin Feige is so close to having his balls clipped by the almighty Bob Iger. Bob Iger is the guy that runs Disney. Please keep your balls, Kevin Feige. Don't let the SJWs take them away. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know what's up with Kevin Feige. He used to seem like he was just a really cool dude who wanted to make a really good franchise. And now pretty much the only thing he talks about nowadays is identity politics, and it's just like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? What is your favorite scene from Infinity War? Mine is a tie between the Bring Me Thanos and the battle on Titan. I also love the music. Ooh, that's a really good question, Alex. Hmm. I I think one of my favorite scenes is probably the I love the whole honestly one of my favorite scenes is probably when Thor comes in and uses his Stormbreaker to hit Thanos and stuff. That whole scene, I think, is just really well done. And then when he fails, when Thanos snaps his finger, that is one of the most incredible moments I've ever experienced in theaters. It was just like so cool, so freaking cool. That man, I'm gonna have to watch Infinity War one more time before Endgame comes out. I saw like I saw Infinity War like I don't know like 6 or 7 times in theaters when it came out, and I haven't seen it since. So I'm gonna have to watch it again just to kind of get a refresher on it before uh before Endgame. So yeah, but let me think. I also love the scene where they forge Stormbreaker. I think that's a really cool scene. Another scene that I really love a lot is when the Guardians of the Galaxy find Thor and stuff, and they have him like on the table or something, right? And then like man, what is that? What is that? That Chris that uh Star Lord says something about him being a dude, and then Drax is like, "This isn't a dude. This is a man. You're a dude." Oh man, I love that whole part. um, let's see. You're right, Josiah. I don't need any more trailers for Endgame. I'm already on edge. I'm more worried about Captain Marvel's role, and I think that a lot of us kind of feel the same way that you do, Derek. I think that is the big question right now, which is really sad because the big question that should be on our minds is how are they going to be getting back all of the characters? How are they going to be defeating Thanos and all that stuff? But I think the biggest question that's on all of our minds right now is how is Captain Marvel going to be used in this movie? And that shouldn't be the biggest question because if the story was done right and if they actually made Captain Marvel a likable character, then we wouldn't be in this place right now. But unfortunately, we're in this place where we're like, okay, how are the Rousseau brothers going to use this unlikable character in this movie? And we're just gonna have to find out, I guess. In 5 days, it's coming up real fast, guys. Um, Bob Iger announced that he is stepping down in 2021. Thoughts? I really think that Bob Iger is going to be stepping down in 2021 because he's going to be preparing for an election in 2024. I really think that's what's going to be happening. So I think that he's going to be running. I don't know if he's going to be running for president or something, but I think he's going to be running possibly for president in 2024. So I think that's a huge part of why he's going to be stepping down in 2021. Um, while I understand what Josiah said and agree with him to a certain extent, if a person makes the decision to see a movie based on a trailer and that content is not in the movie, therein is the problem. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just kind of a matter of opinion. Um, I personally, I personally was kind of like excited when they said that because then I was like, okay, well that means that while I get the gist of what they're doing with the trailer and what they're actually trying to show through the trailer, a lot of this, or well, we don't really know how much of the footage is fake or not. But it also made me really excited because I was like, okay, that means that I am now in a point where I can barely even speculate or theorize what is going to be happening in Avengers Endgame because I don't know what's real in the trailers. I don't know what's fake footage. I don't know what's real footage. And because of that, it just makes me more excited because I was like, I feel like for one of the first times ever in a really long time in the MCU, I literally don't know what's going to be happening with this movie. Like seriously, when I say literally, I mean literally. I have no idea what they're going to be doing with this movie, and that really, really excites me a lot. But it's just kind of a matter of opinion. So yeah. Um, no, them making Thor female would be akin to making Jesus a woman and Mary a man. I gotcha. I got you what you're saying, Jeff. Yeah, I can see what you're saying with that. I mean, even as someone like me, I obviously don't consider Norse mythology like a religion or anything. But as someone like me who has studied Norse mythology for so long and loves Norse mythology and stuff, it does kind of irritate me a lot as well. It's like, why on earth are you doing this with Thor? You obviously you obviously don't really have that much respect for the mythology of what your entire character is based upon when you do things like this. So yeah, but at the same time, I'm just throwing this out there. Female Thor came out during Marvel kind of becoming woke and stuff, Marvel Comics and all that stuff. So it kind of makes sense why it happened in the comics. Funny thing is, I actually remember that in the comics where when they announced that there was going to be a female Thor, I was just like, I was pretty young still. I was like maybe like 18, I think, maybe 19, and I was like, why on earth are they doing a female Thor? That does not make any sense. So yeah, um, I think in the comics, Jane Foster got the title of Thor. Although I know what you mean, it's not Thor without our good pal Chris. Yeah, yeah, it is. It is Jane Foster who becomes the female Thor in the comics, and can you guys imagine Natalie Portman being Thor? Oh man, I like Natalie Portman, but I wasn't a huge fan of what they did with Jane Foster in the movies. But it's not like she's involved with the MCU anymore anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Why won't they give us a Western style Obi-Wan trilogy? That would be so dope. But yeah, it's because Lucasfilm is concerned about uh other weird things right now instead of just trying to give us stories that we actually want. So yeah. But I'm sure under Ryan Johnson's guidance, they will give us a really, really good Obi-Wan trilogy or movie. I I have full trust, full faith in Ryan Johnson to deliver on that. Oh man. Let's see. Let's see. I totally lost where you guys are. Um, I think Feige is being forced to go SJW and not by choice. That's definitely possibility. I really think that Bob Iger is a huge influence on everything that's happening with the SJW, Disney and stuff, because I think he's going to be running for president for the 2024 election. And because of that, he'll be able to use his portfolio of like, hey, look what I did with Disney. I made it all politically correct and everything. That's probably going to win him a lot of votes from the left side of things and stuff, because obviously he will be running the Democratic Party. So yeah. If we all pray to the Norse gods, would they show up on Earth and destroy Hollywood and banish all the SJWs to Norse hell? um, Unfortunately, probably not. But, but that is not a bad idea. So maybe give it a shot. See what happens. See what happens. A lot of people have a newfound respect for the prequels. Yeah, I would agree with that. I've always kind of had a respect for the prequels. I've always loved the prequels. But I can kind of see what you mean and stuff. Can we get an exorcist and exercise the political correctness out of the SJWs? Yeah, right. I know it's crazy. Um, let's see. Hey, Ruthie is in the chat. Thank you for being here, Ruthie. Thank you for helping out with the chat and stuff. I appreciate that, Ruth. I've only seen Infinity War twice, and I still feel it was underwhelming. Hopefully, Endgame will tie that story up nicely. I'm really curious how you found Infinity War underwhelming. I'm actually really curious about that. Let me know in the comments below, movie fan, because I'm genuinely curious about that. Is the sequel Star Wars trilogy just an exploration of Kathleen Kennedy's mind, like Rey represents the person Kathleen wants to be, while Kylo represents her in how he kills everything? I love that random nerd of doom is asking the important questions in the chat right now. Greatly appreciate that, random. Thank you. Iger for president? No. Will Kathleen Kennedy be his vice president? Oh my gosh. Can you guys imagine? I think we might as well just kiss our country but goodbye at that point. Oh man. I hope Bob Iger doesn't run for president or get elected. I worry he'll make the USA a fascist Disney World. Yeah, he'll become president, and then we'll totally just change our name from like United States of America to United States of Disney, and it'll just become one big Disney World. What's bad about that? What's bad about that? Oh man. Yes, I am up late, bro. Drunk 3PO. Let's see here. Guys, let's see. I'm going to share the stream on Twitter real quick. So just give me 1 second here, and I'll catch up again on what you all are saying. Just give me 1 second here. I am live right now. Join. Come join in, or Jon Snow kills Daenerys this Sunday. Oh man. Oh man. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Here we go. Boom. If you guys want to retweet that, go right ahead. Feel free to smash the like button if you can. I would greatly appreciate that. Let's see, is Drunk 3PO still in the stream here? Still in the chat? Ruthie, thank you so much for the $2 donation. I really appreciate that. Hi everyone. Happy Easter. Thank you for that, Ruth. I really appreciate that. Thank you for all of your help on the chat and the stream and all of that. I really appreciate that. Let's see. I'm actually hoping Endgame started with disclaimer that every footage we have seen is fake. Doubt it, but damn would love it. That would actually be interesting. That would actually be really, really interesting. And I'd be like, oh snap, it's about to get real. That'd be crazy. I think they're probably just gonna kind of leave it kind of elusive what is real and what isn't real in the footage, and that'll just kind of keep us guessing and stuff. So yeah, Mark Taylor, thank you for being in the chat, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Um, hopefully, Captain Marvel gets depowered by Thanos using the Infinity Gauntlet because her powers come from an Infinity Stone. That way, she isn't as much of a Mary Sue and thinking she beat everybody. That would actually be a really interesting concept. Oh, huh. I like that idea. I like that idea, David. That's a really, really cool idea. Huh. Wow. I never even thought about that, but I like that idea. That's actually a pretty viable theory you have there. I trust Ryan. Did you throw up in your mouth a little bit saying that? Hey, you know what? Sometimes you have to just bear that throw up in your mouth and deal with it. Sometimes you have to speak the truth. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet and say, "We trust in Ryan Johnson." Oh man. Um. Yeah, I think a lot of us in here probably have defended the prequels for years and stuff, but yeah, I know that a lot of people probably have a newfound respect for the prequels after seeing what they've done with the sequel trilogy. But yeah, Tito Jorg is in the stream, arriving late, but here I am. Thank you, welcome, my friend. Maybe that was George Lucas's plan all along. He knew the only way he could make the people appreciate the prequels would be to sell the franchise to Disney. I mean, I don't. In a roundabout way, you're kind of right because I think that George Lucas was just kind of sick of everything because of all the crap, the hate that he's gotten for the prequels and how that kind of dominated his life in a lot of ways for the past or for ever since he made the prequels. So I think he was just kind of tired of it. He was just tired of people not being happy with what he made. So I think that was a big part of him selling Star Wars. But yeah, or Lucasfilm rather. Infinity War just introduced so many different questions and stories that didn't really seem related except for the kill Thanos subplot. Hmm. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of moving parts in that movie, but they all did kind of culminate at the end with everything that happened with Thanos. And the main theme of Infinity War is failure, right? The main theme is that these heroes are going to fail, and they do. Every single one of them, at some point, goes up against Thanos. I believe, if I'm thinking correctly, they all go up against Thanos at some point, and they all fail. Every single one of them fails to stop Thanos, and that is the whole theme of Infinity War, because it's setting up Endgame. It's setting up the fact that these heroes have to face their failures, they have to deal with their failures, and they have to come together to finally make up for their failures and defeat Thanos. The president can't just do anything. He's not a king. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think we all know that. Let's see. I wonder what the MCU would be like today if Marvel never had to sell the rights to his characters when it was going bankrupt. Yeah, it would probably be in a different place. It probably would. It would probably be a lot more cosmic than it is right now. I know that they're kind of going more and more cosmic with it, but I think that would be a lot more cosmic than it is right now. I think that would be one big change for it. You guys are absolutely on fire in the chat tonight, so definitely keep it up. I'm going to put some I'm going to put some fire emojis down here in the chat because you guys are absolutely killing it tonight. Where's the fire emoji? Why can't I find it? What the flying? There we go. Okay. There you go. You guys are absolutely on fire tonight, so I really appreciate that. Stone Cold Jeremy, thank you for that $5 super chat. I really appreciate that, my friend. Happy Happy Easter to you and everyone here. God bless you and your family. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you so much for that, Stone Cold Jeremy. I appreciate you. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your donation. It means the world to me. So thank you so much. And I hope you have a very happy Easter as well. I hope you have a fantastic day celebrating it with family or whatever you're going to be doing. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. So thank you so much for that, Stone Cold Jeremy. I really appreciate that. Um, I've let's see. All right, let's get caught up here on the chat. Here's hoping the Avengers trade Captain Wokeness for Gamora. Yeah, I mean, the thing I don't understand is why they couldn't just build a store more. Why they couldn't give Nebula and Gamora more important roles in Endgame. And why do they and even Black Widow? Why do they have to bring in Captain Marvel to kind of steal the females that have already been established their thunder a little bit? Like I don't understand how's I don't know. I don't know. It's stupid. It's just stupid. Um, on fire, someone put it out or add more because fire is fun. You know what? Fire can be fun, especially when you're making s'mores. Fire can be a lot of fun for sure. I used to do some pretty crazy stuff with fire when I was a little kid. I'm just throwing that out there. Especially with fire and gunpowder, made some really interesting things with that when I was a kid. So yeah. um, I think Kathleen Kennedy was chosen to run Lucasfilm because George asked Dave Filoni originally, but Dave said no, and George had no choice but to choose Kathleen, and she killed everything. So, wait, are you saying George Lucas asked Filoni first if he would run Lucasfilm? Has that been confirmed anywhere? Really? Because if that's the case, that's actually insane. I've never heard about that, but if that's actually what happened, wow. Wow. What did you do, Filoni? What did you do? No, I understand. Like, if you actually have a brain, you would understand that running Lucasfilm is actually a huge task and a huge undertaking. But I don't think Kathleen Kennedy really grasps how serious that really is. What does the rabbit have to do with Christianity? That is a really good question. Random. I have no idea at all. I don't understand why they have a rabbit involved with Christianity at all. I literally can't tell you anything about that. And I'm really good at symbolism. I know like pretty much all the symbolism having to do with like Christmas and even some of the symbolism with Easter and stuff, but I have no idea where the rabbit came from. Yeah, it's really random. um the X-Men got me into superheroes. I remember watching X-Men Evolution, underrated show. The Avengers was the first MCU film I saw. I was confused as heck. Really? You were confused by the Avengers? Well, I guess if you watch that first in the MCU, I guess I can kind of understand why you'd be confused by that. That makes sense. But yeah. The Avengers had to learn that to win all the time is to never win. By losing, they're humbled and then motivated. Like Rocky 3, they don't truly win until they lose. Price of winning. Totally agree with you. Orange Hat Reviews. And you got me so pumped because you brought up Rocky, and I love Rocky. Rocky is a fantastic franchise. I love those films so much. Now you just make me want to watch Rocky again. I was actually starting to watch them with my wife because she never saw Rocky before. So she and I were watching through them. I think we got to like 5, maybe? And then we haven't finished 6 and we haven't caught up on Creed yet. But yeah. Great movies. I love those movies so much. You guys want to hear something really funny? My wife is not really a big movie person, but she before we met, okay? Get this. Just you guys might want to sit down for this, okay? You guys might want to sit down for this. Before we met, she never saw Star Wars. She never saw Lord of the Rings. She never saw Rocky. She never saw Pirates of the Caribbean. She never saw Jason Bourne. She never saw James Bond. She never saw Star Trek. She never saw Planet of the Apes. There's got to be more. She obviously never saw The Hobbit because she didn't see Lord of the Rings either. Um, there's got to be more. I can't think of them off the top. Oh yeah, she never saw Fast and Furious. We're actually working on that series right now. She and I are. So yeah, I had to do a lot of introducing her to pretty big cultural franchises that actually mean something in culture and stuff. And it's been fun. But when she kept on like I kept on like naming off these franchises to her when we this was actually after we were married, I think. And I was like, you've never seen Star Wars? Wait, you've never seen Star Wars? And she's like, no, I've never seen Star Wars. That was a really horrible impersonation of my wife. Wow. But I was like, okay, we have to just like sit down right now and watch Star Wars. So that's what we did. So there you go. There's a fun story for you guys. Late night with Josiah stories. Let's see. You can make rockets with matches. Yeah, it's fun. Fun. Fire is fun. Let's just say that. I don't think Filoni was offered the position of running Lucasfilm. Yeah, I never heard anything about that. I don't think that actually happened. But yeah, I think Random might have been just giving a theory or something. But I don't think he was ever offered to run Lucasfilm. Chris Evans in Endgame yells "Flame on" and kills Thanos. That would actually be pretty sick. Not gonna lie, that'd be really random also, but it'd be really fun. Eggs actually do have something to do with Easter, believe it or not. They actually do have symbolism with Easter. Easter was originally a pagan fertility holiday, and rabbits are a symbol of fertility. That's interesting. I guess I can see why rabbits would be a symbol of fertility. I mean, they do make lots of babies, that's for sure. Let's see. Who's excited about the Deadwood movie next month? Deadwood movie? I didn't know there was a Deadwood movie coming out. Let me check into this. Is that based off of the show Deadwood? Oh wow, there is a Deadwood movie. Huh? Wow. Feature film based on the TV series Deadwood. Wow. That's actually pretty cool. I didn't even know about that. That's actually really cool. Thank you for let's see, who said that? Who's oh yeah, Nico. Thank you for letting me know about that Deadwood movie. I didn't even know that was actually coming out, so that's really cool. I actually have a question for you guys. After I get caught up on chat here, I have a pretty big question for you guys, okay? So hold on a second. Let me get caught up on the chat here. Um let's see. Wow. Okay. David Filoni is like Aragorn, the true heir to the Lucasfilm throne, while Kathleen Kennedy is like the evil steward who sits on the throne and won't give it up. Huh. That's actually a good theory. I like that. That makes sense. It's a nice simulation there. That's pretty cool. Somebody should totally make some sort of parody movie off of that. That'd actually be hilarious. Rocky Balboa, Creed, and Creed 2 are awesome movies that add a lot to the Rocky franchise. Totally agree. Rocky is fantastic. It's weird that Kathleen Kennedy has her name on so many popular 80s movies, Back to the Future trilogy, E.T. I guess you can make the argument that she was just the coffee person, but still, yeah, she. And producer can mean all sorts of things. It kind of depends on. It's kind of hard to tell exactly how big of a part she played in those movies, but it's very clear, as we've seen with Star Wars, that she is not a good leader. So she probably wasn't any sort of like leader type of person with those movies, but who knows? Who knows? I met my wife. Let's see. What did that say? I met my wife. I totally lost that comment. I met my wife Friday the 13th retrospective at a movie bar. Really, that's cool. That's really cool. Um, I've still never watched any Star Wars. Oh man, Strider Man, end the stream right now and go watch Star Wars. I'm just kidding. You're welcome to stay, but seriously, you should watch Star Wars. My science teacher in middle school taught his whole class the match rocket trick. Your teacher sounds really awesome. So, hi, Josiah. Happy Easter. Thank you so much, Cass. Thank you for being here in the stream, and happy Easter to you and your family as well. My wife slept through the premiere of Game of Thrones. She's just not into it. Crazy, I know. Wow. I mean, it was a slow episode, so I guess I can kind of understand it. It was a pretty slow episode, but wow. Wow. Will you wear your Captain Marvel t-shirt to Avengers Endgame? I don't have a Captain Marvel t-shirt, but if I had one, oh man, I would probably wear it just for the meme, to be completely honest, because I'm all about the memes. Let's see. Josiah just watched Ivan's video about Brie not being funny, so disgusting and super cringy as hell. I haven't seen that video yet, but I will definitely check it out. Thank you for letting me know about that, Cass. I never watched Deadwood. I didn't watch too much of Deadwood. I saw maybe like a few episodes, and I was kind of into it, sort of, but it didn't really hold my my attention or anything. But it's cool that they're making a movie of it. Happy Easter to you as well, Cass. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. Deadwood sounds like a punchline to a joke about a prostitute not being. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. Wow, that's really funny. Orange Hat Review says, I don't know if I can say this without laughing. Deadwood. Oh, that's really funny. That is hilarious. Deadwood sounds like a punchline to a joke about a prostitute not being satisfied. Oh, that's great. That's fantastic. I know my Jewish customers made a meatloaf on their holidays with hard-boiled eggs down the middle, which has some Old Testament significance. I don't recall what though. Interesting. Well, I don't know too much about like Jewish traditions or anything, so I couldn't tell you about that. But yeah. Hey, thank you for the $5 super chat, RC from New York City. Thank you so much for that, my friend. I really appreciate that. Hey, Josiah, you're going to enjoy Rocky 6 and the 2 Creed movies. Sly got robbed for an Oscar for Creed 1. Yeah, I mean, I've seen all the Rocky movies already. It's my wife who hasn't seen them all yet, so we're kind of like working through them. I've seen all of them, but yeah, it's actually funny. I actually did a marathon of the Rocky movies with my friends back in the day. This was like maybe like 10 years ago or so, and we just like had a marathon where we just watched all of the Rocky movies. It was a lot of fun. But RC, thank you so much for the super chat. It really means the world to me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic Easter if that is what you celebrate. And I hope you have a great weekend. So thank you so much for that. And let's go ahead and see what you got. Oh, we have another super chat here from David McCarthy. Thank you so much, David. The snap didn't kill half of life in the universe. It created 2 identical universes with half going to each one. Nobody died. They are separated. The stones made our universe once. Why not another? Boom. Ooh. That's a really cool theory. Huh. Wow. That's actually interesting. Wow. I mean, and then that kind of like explain like that could even be like how like quantum physics maybe work into that too, where like maybe with quantum physics you can get from one universe to the other or something. Interesting. I like that theory a lot, David. That's really cool. Thank you once again for the donation as well. I really appreciate that, my friend, and I appreciate your support so much. So thank you. It really means the world to me. So thank you so much. Let's see. I want to wear a the Force is not for Disney shirt. Oh man. SJWs are like the people in Game of Thrones. They keep betraying and backstabbing each other and eat their own, and then scream shame like zealots like Game of Thrones. That is 100% accurate of what an SJW is like. They love to backstab. They love to tear down their own, and we see that all the time. They will tear down anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. If you don't have the exact same beliefs as they do, if you don't agree with them 100%, they will tear you down. That is exactly right. Let's see. Cybernetic Husky doesn't care for Game of Thrones either. Shame, shame, shame. Just kidding. Just kidding, my friend. I avoid Game of Thrones when I read it was raunchy. No need for that garbage in my mind or my life. I can understand. I understand what you mean by that. I mean, I guess it just kind of takes self control, and basically, I just kind of I avert my eyes at some parts during the show, and that's kind of how I deal with it. So yeah, but I know that everyone has their own convictions. Everyone has to follow what their conscience is telling them and stuff. So I totally get that. Movie fan. Deadwood was part of the golden age of HBO TV. One of my favorite shows from HBO is Band of Brothers. That is one of my favorite shows of all time. And I guess it was kind of more of a mini series than an actual like show. But man, Band of Brothers is absolutely fantastic. I love that show so much. Um, let's see. Josiah, what's your opinion about Blind Wave's Eric comments about Geeks and Gamers? Cass, I saw that. I think I saw that Jeremy posted a video about it. But to be completely honest, I've been so swamped all day with work. I haven't had a chance to really even like get caught up in anything else that's been happening today. So I haven't really had a chance to catch up on all of that. But from what I understood, I think Eric made some comments about. I think Eric was at Star Wars Celebration, right? And then he was like even like standing in line in front of Jeremy and some of the other crew, and he heard them talking about things like how their channels have helped other people and things like that. And then afterwards, apparently he took to Twitter to complain and whine about it because he's a pussy, and he couldn't just confront Jeremy and the others and have a conversation there. He had to take to Twitter to whine and cry because that's what he does, because he is an SJW soy boy. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting from it. That's kind of the gist of it, I think. But yeah, he's just another SJW person who can't actually confront people and have conversations. He has to hide behind a keyboard, and yeah. So yeah, we have 37 people watching right now, so I really appreciate that, and I appreciate all of you for coming out and supporting the stream. And I hope you guys are having a great evening, and I hope you are all going to have a fantastic Easter tomorrow. So thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I'm not going away. I'm just thanking you all for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it. I have a Marvel Encyclopedia book here that has every character up to 2014 in Marvel. So many characters. Where's our Moon Knight film? I really want a Moon Knight film. When the Netflix shows were kind of going on, I thought that Moon Knight would have made a perfect Netflix show. But obviously that is gone now. But yeah, I would love to see a Moon Knight film. And that would actually fit pretty well, maybe kind of more like the Deadpool type of Marvel universe, which is I believe is going to be kind of more of the R-rated type of films. So yeah, that'd be really cool. The first season of Game of Thrones was full of raunchy fanfare, but after that, they had the fan base, and the later seasons aren't so full of gratuitous nudity. That is very true, Mark. The first season is pretty bad. I mean, I think we can all admit that the first season went pretty overboard with that stuff. But after that, they did tone down a lot. So yeah. Let's see. La says, "Hey bros, any thoughts on the new Lord of the Rings show without Peter Jackson involved?" Yeah, I do talk about this quite a bit on my streams and stuff, but basically, I have very mixed feelings about it. On one hand, I'm terrified because Lord of the Rings is my favorite thing of all time. I love Middle Earth. I'm just completely infatuated with everything to do with Lord of the Rings. So on one hand, I'm terrified because of the way that things are going with SJW nonsense and pretty much everything right now. I'm scared that they're going to try to make Lord of the Rings about identity politics or something, or do something just completely stupid like that, where it doesn't belong at all. And I can totally see them doing something like that, which would be just horrible. But on the other hand, Amazon seems like they're trying to do this story that they're trying to tell justice. I mean, they put like $1 billion into the series. They Everything that we've seen from them so far on Twitter, as far as the teases and stuff, have been great. The very first tease that they put out on Twitter, this is coming from the Amazon Lord of the Rings uh, Twitter account, was a quote from Tolkien. And I believe the quote was his quote about everything begins with a map or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought that was cool. I thought that was a good sign that, the very first thing that they're putting on their Twitter account is a quote from Tolkien, which is how it should be, I think. So that gives me a little bit of hope, and it also gives me a little bit of hope that hopefully Amazon is like, okay, the Lord of the Rings fan base is like, it's like Star Wars level passionate. If we mess this up, it is not going to be good for us. It is not going to be good for this series. It is not going to be good for us moving forward. I don't think Amazon can really take a risk with this series because I mean they put $1 billion into it. Plus, this is a huge undertaking for Amazon. This is what they're hoping will kind of catch the attention after Game of Thrones is over. So, with all of that being said, while I'm still nervous about the show, I do have some hopes for it, and I am pretty excited about it. So yeah, those are my thoughts about it. So there you go, Lala. New Moon Knight would be lit. I totally agree. Thank you, Josiah. Same to you and yours. Thank you, RC. I appreciate that super chat once again. Um, yeah, I'm a Moon Knight fan as well. Like Marvel's Egyptian style Batman. Marvel has an Egyptian style Batman. Oh no, duh! You're saying Moon Knight is like Marvel's Egyptian style Batman. That's actually really cool. That's actually a good comparison. I like that. He is kind of like Marvel's Batman in a lot of ways, which is kind of cool. Um, let's see. The Pacific was a great World War II series. Also, yes, it was. I did like the Pacific as well. I like Band of Brothers more than the Pacific, but Pacific was good too. Um, Cass says it's okay. Sorry for asking. Get rest, please. Oh, you're totally fine, Cass. I just haven't really been able to catch up on it today. And yes, I will definitely be trying to get rest tonight. I feel like I've been more busy than I've ever been in my entire life. These past few weeks have just been insane. I feel like I am just working nonstop, even over the weekends and stuff. And it's just been crazy. But it's been a good busy, and I've been just more happy than I've ever been because of this channel, because of you guys, because of Geeks and Gamers, because of everything. I feel like I have purpose. I feel like I have purpose a lot more in my life now and stuff, which is nice. And so yeah, it's been awesome, but I am pretty tired. And not only that, but I've been sick like all week. I got sick at a Star Wars Celebration over the weekend, this past weekend. So I've been like dealing with sickness all week, which hasn't been fun either, on top of everything as well. And it's probably not healing yet because I haven't really had a chance to rest yet. I've been like sleeping like three or 4 hours every night, so that obviously isn't helping with sickness either. So yeah, but you guys don't need to hear me whining and complaining on here. So yeah. Elon Musk's Twitter is memeing everyone. I love Elon Musk and I love his Twitter account. He is fantastic. Yes, he is definitely a beta male, and yeah, doesn't have the balls to actually talk to Jeremy face to face, which is just pathetic. Um, let's see, where are we at? Um, Moon Knight film would be awesome. I totally agree. Ancient One. I love how people at Lucasfilm during Star Wars Celebration was blaming Solo's failure on Star Wars fatigue and not on everyday moviegoers not liking the identity politics and SJW garbage. And yeah, that's exactly what they do. They love to make up excuses. They love to point the fingers at everything else except for what the actual problem is, because they don't want to actually admit what the actual problem is. Either that or they're just so delusional that they can't even see what the actual problem is, which is also a possibility, because I do talk to some SJWs out there who are so delusional that when you bring up identity politics, they just don't know how to process that and stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. Whoever took over Lord of the Rings, they better keep SJW and woke crap out of it. Yes, I totally agree with Orange Hats. If they don't, I'll be coming after them. I will be coming after them. Guys, I'm going to be covering that Lord of the Rings series on this channel pretty heavily, probably. And oh man, if they mess up anything at all, I have the tip on this. That's not going to do me much good to fight them. But yeah, then oh man, I will. Oh, you if you guys want to see angry Josiah, put SJW crap in Lord of the Rings, and you will see angry Josiah. You will see a pissed off Josiah, and it will not be pretty. It will not be pretty at all. Movie fan says Lord of the Rings was a good film series, but I think Peter Jackson tried too hard with The Hobbit. The second trilogy feels too artificial compared to Lord of the Rings. There were a lot of problems with The Hobbit. It wasn't just Peter Jackson. A lot of it had to do with Warner Brothers, the studio. Warner Brothers, for some reason, feels like they have to put their fingers in every franchise, and the executives need to get involved and tell the filmmakers how to make the movies. But basically, what happened was Guillermo del Toro was going to be making The Hobbit. He was going to be directing. Excuse me. He was going to be directing The Hobbit. Then Guillermo del Toro backed out. Peter Jackson took over because they were scrambling to find a director. Warner Brothers told him, "Okay, you basically got a year to get ready, and then you need to start shooting." Whereas with Lord of the Rings, I believe they had 3 years to prep before they started shooting. Or yeah, it was like 2 or 3 years. And then so Peter Jackson had to scramble. He had to get everything ready for the movies. And at first he was going to be making it just 2 movies. And then the studio was like, "Hey, we actually want you to make it 3 movies so we can make more money." And Peter Jackson's like, "Oh, okay." And this is actually like fairly soon before Unexpected Journey came out. And so he was like, "Hey, everyone, The Hobbit's going to be 3 movies instead of 2." Everyone was like, money grabbing much. And so basically, and then Peter Jackson actually got really sick during the filming and stuff. So he was actually out of commission for a while during the shooting for The Hobbit and stuff. There were tons of problems with The Hobbit. And I'm not saying that Peter Jackson is completely guilt free of any of those. But most of the problems with that trilogy was Warner Brothers and the fact that they did not give Peter Jackson the time or the resources to create what he wanted to create. Peter Jackson basically had to start from complete scrap, and he had pretty much just a year before they had to start shooting The Hobbit, and it was not a wise decision on Warner Brothers' part. So yeah, it was not good. You guys, I love the fact that you guys just always bring up Lord of the Rings and stuff, and it just brings out the nerd side of me. Oh man, it's great. It's great. Rev Cav, thank you for being in the stream. I appreciate you being here, my friend. People need to convince Peter Jackson to do a Dungeons and Dragons Forgotten Realms film one day. That would be pretty cool. Middle Earth gets woke, and the new series will be about female hobbits saving the day with black dwarves and Mexican elves. Yep. Random Nerd said in the second Hobbit movie, there was a scene in Lake Town where they literally zoom the camera on a random Asian woman and the focus is on her for a whole 10 seconds to show their wokeness. That is exactly correct. And what happened was that at first, when they were casting the people for the Hobbit movies, obviously they were pretty much just casting just white people, Northern European type of people and stuff for the movies. And then SJWs decided to whine and complain about that and be like, why are you not having representation in these movies? You need to have diversity. And so Warner Brothers is like, oh crap, people are upset about this. We better put some diversity in this movie. So then they had to throw in random shots of Asian people in the movie just to keep people happy, I guess. It's really just really stupid. Really stupid. No problem, Lala. Thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate you. Do you read any fantasy? If so, what? I'm looking for recommendations. I haven't read any fantasy for a while. I would say Beowulf. If you haven't read Beowulf, the Beowulf poem or anything, definitely read that. It is one of the best pieces of fantasy literature of all time. Highly recommend that. Let's see. It's not necessarily like a really good fantasy series, but I really do like the Inheritance cycle a lot. If you haven't read Lord of the Rings, definitely read Lord of the Rings. Epic of Gilgamesh is really good as well. Definitely check out Epic of Gilgamesh. Let me think. The Odyssey is really good if you haven't read that yet. If you haven't read Narnia, definitely read Narnia. And then C.S. Lewis had another trilogy as well. It was the space one. I can't remember what that one is called off the top of my head. Let's see. Sword and Circle is a pretty interesting series. And actually, speaking of Sword and Circle, Amazon's going to be making a series off of Sword and Circle as well, which is really interesting. Let's see. What's that one by? I think it's Stephanie Meyer who writes it, right? It's the I think it's called Cinder, I believe, and it's kind of like retelling of fantasy story or like fairy tale type of stories and stuff. So that's a really good one too if you want to check out that. I can't remember what the name of the series is, but I believe the first book is called Cinder, if I remember correctly. So yeah. I'm not certain if you heard about Dungeons and Dragons as well as the Forgotten Realms campaign, but once you get into it, you're going to notice it has similarities to Lord of the Rings. I mean, I think that's kind of the case with a lot of fantasy. I think a lot of fantasy does pull from Lord of the Rings. And I know that Dungeons and Dragons back in its early days was like blatantly ripping off of Lord of the Rings and stuff. But yeah. Orange Hat reviews. Oh crap. Totally lost my chat. Wow, I'm so far behind on you guys. But I love that. We need more anti-hero movies made so the SJWs can be triggered and their heads can explode from the sheer inability to process the mature themes. Yes, that would definitely be one way of taking care of them. That is similarities to Lord of the Rings for different reasoning, such as Gandalf's D&D counterpart being Minster, Aragorn's D&D counterpart being Drizzt. I don't know anything about that. Sorry. I only played like D&D once, so I don't really know. I don't really know too much about that. Josiah no longer wants to rise. I am always ready to rise. I am always ready to rise and shine. Just shared the live stream on Twitter to attract some more attention. Thank you for that, Alex. I appreciate that. Elon is amazing. Yes, he is. Nice sword. Thank you. Let's see. Why didn't anyone really like X-Men Apocalypse? I never really saw a problem with the film. I also am praying Dark Phoenix is good as well. Then again, Logan was a good ending for X-Men. I don't know. I just wasn't as big of Days of Future Past. I think is incredible. I thought that film was really well done. Apocalypse just seems just like another, everyday superhero film to me, which is the thing I liked about the X-Men films is that even though they were not all of them were like really good, but most of them were pretty unique from what we see normally in like superhero films and stuff. Apocalypse didn't feel unique to me. It didn't feel like a unique film like most of the other X-Men films did. So that was kind of my problem with Apocalypse. But that was about it. Yeah, movie fan says you can easily sum up the Hobbit trilogy with a line from Bilbo in Fellowship of the Ring. I feel thin, sort of scraped like butter over too much bread, and I'm sure that's exactly how Peter Jackson felt when he was making those movies. Del Toro Hobbit movies would have been amazing. I totally agree. I was so excited when Del Toro said that he was going to be making The Hobbit. and then he backed out, unfortunately. But I would have loved to see his version of The Hobbit. That would have been incredible. Why not ruin Chronicles of Narnia while they're at it? Well, Craig, they might actually. They actually might, because Netflix is actually going to be making Chronicles of Narnia. They're actually going to be making the whole series, I believe. And yeah, Netflix likes to get woke sometimes, so it's a possibility they might ruin Chronicles of Narnia. I'm definitely not ruling that out. It's a possibility. Davis says, "Yeah, I'm really hoping they don't go woke in Lord of the Rings and the Witcher shows. We just want good characters and good stories in our entertainment, so we can be entertained like we want." I totally agree, David. There's no need for going woke. The only reason that they go woke is to try to gain is try to get virtue points and and basically to please their side of the political spectrum and stuff. Pretty much, it's very political. It really is. I'm really pumped for Lord of the Rings. Wish we'd get more Narnia as well. Well, we are getting more Narnia. We will be getting all of the Narnia books, I believe, from Netflix. I'm not sure. I don't think they've started production on that, but they are indeed working on it. And I will be keeping you guys updated on that as well if you want, as we get more details about that. Whenever they drop details, they announced that they were going to be starting to work on it. Um, like I'm pretty sure I did a video on it. I think it was like around 6 months ago is when they announced it. So yeah, we're gonna have to just wait and see what they do with that. But yeah, did I tell you I got a 75th edition of The Hobbit for my birthday? Really, that's really awesome. Orange Hat Reviews. That's really really cool. That just, oh man, I love hearing that. Ancient One says, "Don't worry, Josiah. Don't worry, Josiah. Should the Lord of the Rings TV show go downhill, I'll send in the giant guinea pigs outfitted with full play armor to assist the Phantom Menace." Good. We need more guinea pigs joining us in the fight, so that's awesome to hear. Thank you, Ancient One. I appreciate that. Um, I've actually never seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out with Jeremy Irons in it. New D&D movie is actually supposed to have real stars instead of community theater and be and made for TV movie actors. Yeah, it sounds like they're going to be making D&D like a full blown movie, which doesn't mean that it's going to be good. Um, you know, look at Warcraft and movies like that. But but with that being said, I do have some hopes for it because of the writers who are working on it, and it sounds like they are. Well, the writer who's working on it doesn't really seem like he's a dude who's like caught up in too much in like the whole Hollywood system and stuff, and he just seems like a fan of D&D. So hopefully that'll be good for it. I'm not sure yet. Um, let's see. Netflix is making Narnia. I haven't heard of that. Yes, they are indeed. They are indeed. We'll see how that goes. But yeah. Um, let's see. I totally lost where you guys were. Hold on a second, guys. Ancient One says that's understandable. In my case, I've played D&D a lot in the past. I even do research on comparing characters with one another. That's really cool. I think that's great. Maybe someday I'll play more D&D, but for now I just don't really have the time to, and I just don't really want to get into something else right now and stuff, if that makes sense. so so yeah. Not stoked for the Dark Phoenix, but in the X-Men animated series in my childhood is the best storyline. I love the X-Men series and stuff. I thought that was really good. X-Men Evolution, right? Great show. Great show. Love that show so much. And I totally agree, Cass. I'm actually not like super excited for Dark Phoenix either. Everything I hear about is that it's actually a complete train wreck. So we'll have to wait and see about that. But yeah. Um I bet I bet SJWs would call dragons racist, then the dragon would eat them, then turn SJW themselves. You'd see a blue-haired dragon with glasses on terrorizing us. They are what they eat. That would make them even more terrifying. That's for sure. I want to buy G&G merch. Yeah, if you want to put a link in the description or in the chat, Ruth, for Geeks and Gamers, so people can go check out the merch. Definitely do that. Is Narnia a total reboot? Yes, it will be. It will be a complete reboot from the movies. And I will say this about the movies that were made. I really liked Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I think that film was actually really, really well done, really solid. Prince Caspian and Voyage of the Dawn Treader were kind of shaky a little bit, but I thought that Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe was actually a really, really solid film. Really enjoyed that film a lot, actually. Let's see. Ancient One says, since we are talking much about the Lord of the Rings, I got this question. What question is that, Ancient? Oh, okay. Imagine what would happen if a film version of Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of War, what would it be like? Those would probably be pretty interesting films. I'm glad that they're actually video games instead of films, because they kind of can take more liberties and just kind of create more of like a game around it and stuff. I'm glad that those are games instead of films. I mean, they don't really follow completely with the lore of Middle Earth and stuff, which is, it's fine. They're just video games. They're just kind of like their own thing and stuff. But I do like how they kind of have the same kind of feeling as like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings and stuff, which is really cool. I think it feels like it could fit into that Middle Earth world that Peter Jackson created, which is really cool. Lala says, I'd pick up a Geeks and Gamers Josiah jersey for sure. Well, maybe one of these days I'll have to create some merch. I don't know. Would you guys buy merch? If it was something for me, it would probably be something that was either very memey, like a meme, like meme-ish, I should say. Not memey, but like a meme-ish. Or it'd probably be something that was like super, super epic. Like, I don't know what it would be yet. It'd probably be like maybe like a flame or something, like on the front, and then like above it would say something like "We all rise together" or something like that. That would be pretty freaking cool, wouldn't it? Oh man, I'll have to look into that. I've created merch before for other things that I've worked on, but yeah, I would want someone who's really good with graphic design to help design it. I don't like crappy products, so it'd have to be like really, really, really good. But yeah, man, that would actually be really cool. I'll have to look into that. But I'd only create if you guys actually wanted to buy merch. I wouldn't just create it just for the heck of it, obviously, because that'd be a waste of money. But yeah. Let's see. 32 watching, 50 thumbs up. Hell yeah. That's right. Yeah, people keep on coming in and out, which is awesome. We've been maintaining around 30 viewers and stuff, which is fantastic. I appreciate all of you being here. You guys are literally the best. And I'm not using literally like how the SJWs use literally, because they like to use literally in pretty much every literal sentence that they say, literally. So I'm just saying literally as in it's literally that you guys are literally the best. So yeah. I'm actually almost caught up to you guys again. Yay! I wish I was a wizard so that I could turn all the SJWs into animals and set them free into the wild so that they'd harass some foxes instead of us. I think that'd be a justifiable thing to do with the SJWs. I'm not against like violence towards them, but turning them into animals and sending them into the wild, I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. Bruce, thank you for the $5 super chat. Really, I appreciate that a lot, man. Hey, Josiah, glad to see you operating on a Saturday night. I hope you have a great weekend and a happy Easter. God bless you. Thank you for that, my friend. Really means a lot to me, and I appreciate you and your support. You rock, dude. And I hope you have a fantastic Easter as well. I hope you have a great time with your family. And yeah, basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going to church tomorrow because we have breakfast. So we're going to be eating breakfast. and then we're gonna have a worship service, and then after that, I'm gonna be going to my parents' house and spending the day there probably. So I'm actually excited about tomorrow because this is actually kind of my first day off in like months. In a way, I'm definitely going to try to get a video out for you guys tomorrow if I can. But for the most part, tomorrow is actually going to be like my first day off in a long time. So I'm actually kind of excited about it. I really am. So thank you for that once again, Bruce. I really appreciate that, and I appreciate your support a lot. Thank you so much. Make that shirt, Josiah. Do you want me to make that shirt? I should make that shirt. I really should. The fandom should start a guild in Star Wars: The Old Republic. That would be pretty cool. Let's see. Do you watch any anime? I don't watch much anime, but the anime I do watch is pretty good. Pokemon, Digimon, the Dragon Ball series. I do watch a little bit of anime. My favorite anime show by far is Attack on Titan. I freaking love that show so much. So good. I love Death Note. I do like Naruto quite a bit. I've almost caught up on Naruto Shippuden as well. I only have like 100 episodes to go, I think, or maybe like 50. So yeah, I'm almost to the end of Naruto as well. Ajin on Netflix is actually a really, really good show too. The weird thing about me is that I'm not really too much into the comedic type of anime too much, or the silly kind of anime. I really like the dark anime, like the really serious, dark, heavy anime stuff. I love that stuff so much. So if you guys have any recommendations for that type of anime, definitely let me know in the chat. Your merch needs to be red and black, and maybe some blue. Interesting. A lot of the colors that are on my channel are red and white, but maybe I'll throw in some black and blues in there too. That'd be cool. Thank you for that, Jeff. I appreciate that. I'm literally shaking right now and not even sure why. Literally shaking? Are you literally shaking? Merch should have an image of your red cap and Jason Momoa's beard. Ooh. In memory, in loving memory of Jason Momoa's beard. That would be a fun shirt. How about oh man, I just saw your comment here. How about Thanos crucified on a shirt? Then again, that's someone else's IP. Yeah. Good idea though. That's an interesting idea, Mark. Real Captain Jack, hello, my friend. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here, my friend. So he is risen indeed, Captain Jack. Thank you so much. Family is not here. Listening to Pastor Hagi in the AM. Hage? I'm not sure who that is. Sorry. I probably totally butchered his name. I'm really sorry about that, Bruce. Don't do a video. Take your day off. I think I will. I'm probably going to take my day off tomorrow. Yes, guys. And it's Game of Thrones tomorrow again, too. Oh, my gosh. I can't wait. Game of Thrones. Ah! Can't wait. It's going to be so epic. Okay, guys. Do you think the battle is going to be happening in tomorrow's episode? Or do you think because like everything's kind of building up to a big battle. Do you think it's going to happen with tomorrow's episode, or do you think it's going to be in the third episode? That's kind of an interesting question. I think it might. I don't think the battle's going to be happening in tomorrow's episode. I really don't. I think it's going to be the third one, but I'm not entirely sure. I had an Easter celebration with my cousin's family today. Church is tomorrow, but otherwise, I think my Sunday is free. Awesome. Happy to hear that, movie fan. Enjoy your day with your family. Ninja Scroll. Best anime ever. I haven't heard of Ninja Scroll, but I will check that out, DM. Thank you for that. Turn SJWs into carnivores since most of them are vegans. It would make them nuts, LMAO. That's funny. That's really funny. My kid loved Attack on Titan when he was still a child. He was into Naruto. Yeah, I mean, Naruto's kind of a kid type of show, but I enjoy it for the most part. It has some pretty good emotional moments in that show. So, but Attack on Titan is just fantastic. I love Attack on Titan so much. We need Geeks and Gamers movie, the origin of Geeks and Gamers. Boom, that would be really cool. And I mean, I do have some background with filmmaking. I really do. So let's not rule out the possibility that we might make something like that one day, I would be totally on board for that. So we'll have to see, because I would totally be down for working with Jeremy on something like that. That'd be pretty freaking cool. Hoggy. Okay, yeah, I don't. Sorry guys, I don't know who Hoggy is. I'm really sorry about that. Josiah, make it come true. A Captain Marvel meme shirt. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll make something like that. So I like that idea, Cass. Thank you. I'm really upset Kathleen Kennedy didn't get booed off the stage at Star Wars Celebration. Yeah, that's probably why she brought out J.J. Abrams with her too, to kind of balance that out a little bit. I remember watching Caitlin Bennett's channel. The SJW said that Caitlin literally walked to them. How is she supposed to walk to them figuratively?
She literally walked to me. Like, oh my gosh, can you guys believe that she like literally walked to me? And then she literally spoke to me. She literally talked to me. She literally talked to me. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, these people are nuts, man. I tell you. I'm really hyped for what happens after the battle, because we basically know nothing after that from the trailers. Totally agree. I'm super excited to see what they're going to be doing. I'm going to church tomorrow morning with my grandpa. I know there's going to be a big breakfast tomorrow. Nice. I hope that goes well for you, Alex. Maybe you should tape it. Easter and Game of Thrones might constitute a conflict of interest. Yeah, and the funny thing is, I get this a lot, guys. I really do. There's a lot of okay. My original church that I used to go to was super conservative. Very, very conservative. Very about it was okay. I don't want to get too churchy with you guys and stuff, but it was a pretty legalistic church, the church that I grew up in. And I wasn't saved at that point and stuff. And when I was saved, a lot of that legalistic type of viewpoint that I have really fell away, and all that stuff. People, a lot of Christians like look at me very weird when I say things like, I'm going to church Sunday morning and then I'm going to be watching Game of Thrones at night. And they're like, wait, you're a Christian. How are you going to church on Sunday and then you're going to watch Game of Thrones at night? Oh man, I'm like, well, okay. Watching a show isn't automatically wrong or anything. And obviously there's some things in Game of Thrones that you shouldn't be watching. I mean, I don't think that there's some things in Game of Thrones that shouldn't be looked at. But for the most part, I try to avert my eyes and all that stuff. But what am I trying to get at here? What am I trying to get at? So basically, there's ways to work around it, and just flat out saying you are wrong for watching a show, I think is wrong. I think that's a wrong that's a wrong attitude to have. I don't think it's ever right to just flat out tell someone that they're doing something bad unless they are flat out doing something bad. Like if you are lying, obviously that's a problem. If you're going to kill someone, obviously that's a problem. If you're stealing, that's a problem. But when you have things that aren't necessarily in a black and white box, that are kind of in those gray areas, you have to kind of just talk with the person and understand where they're coming from with it and stuff, And I don't know. I'm getting way too churchy for you guys. I'm really sorry about that. I'll just take a swig of my Baja Blast here and put that to rest. But I do get a lot of really funny looks, and I've had Christians come after me for drinking Monster Energies before too and stuff. Like they're like,
Did you know that the scratch mark on the Monster label is actually 666 in Hebrew? And did you know that there's an upside down cross on the Monster can?
I'm like, okay. None of this really matters to me at all. I just like the drink. I just like the taste of the drink. That's all. So I'm not out here drinking Monster being like, haha, look at me, Satan.
Happy with me now, Satan? Ha ha ha
ha! I'm just drinking the drink because I like Monster. I don't know. I'm a weird person, guys. I'm a weird person. Let's just say that right now. Just get that out in the open. I'm a weird person, and I don't really like to be put in a box, which is why another problem why I don't like SJW so much, because they like to put people in boxes. They like to label people. They like to say, okay, this person doesn't like Captain Marvel, automatically a sexist, misogynistic bigot. Okay, they can go in that box. Oh, wow, this person didn't like, I don't know, didn't like Star Wars The Last Jedi. Huh, it must be because there's Finn in it, who's a black person. This person's a racist. I'm going to put this person in this racist box. You are a racist now because you didn't like The Last Jedi. That's exactly how the SJWs act, and I think that's really, really stupid. Really stupid. I hate the fact, I hate it when people just put people into boxes because of their opinions. I think that's really stupid. Anyway, it's getting way too deep here for a late Saturday night stream. Oh man. But yeah. Thank you very much. Let's see. Let's see. Where are you guys at here? No problem being churchy. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be myself, guys, and you know, it might get a little churchy sometimes, but I'll try not to bore you guys with that sometimes. So yeah, people shouldn't judge. We all do things that may not be perfect, but we are human after all. And I totally agree. You know, I'm gonna actually have a talk about this with Nerdrotic sometime because sometimes he's like on my stream or something, he's like, oops, I can't swear because I'm on the stream. This is a good Christian channel. And I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, I'm a Christian, but I'm not good. That's the whole point of me being a Christian, is the fact that I know that I'm not good, that I have problems, that I'm a deeply flawed person with issues. That's why I need Jesus. That's the whole point of me being a Christian. It's not because I'm trying to be good. There's no way I can be good. I'm not that great of a guy. I'm really not. So you know, that's the whole point of me being a Christian. That's why I don't like it when people use the word good and Christian in the same sentence, because those words completely conflict each other, if that makes sense. Let's see. Dark Josiah show himself. Dark Josiah is now in the stream. I really wish I could read the chat still, but I can't. So this is the only issue with Dark Josiah coming out. It gets pretty dark, believe it or not. You all are probably like, what on earth is this guy doing? Let's see. Let's see. Christianity is freedom, not slavery. Can't be a slave of legalism. Totally agree. I've read the Bible and nowhere does it say thou shalt not watch Game of Thrones. I believe it actually does in Leviticus 13:25, if I'm not mistaken. You might want to quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it says in there something about you can't watch Game of Thrones. Pretty sure. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Let's see. We should put the SJWs in boxes and return them to Radio Shack. Oh, I love that. Josiah, thanks again for the work you do on your channel and Geeks and Gamers. God bless, brother. You and your family have a blessed Easter. I need to get some sleep now. It stinks getting old. Well, thank you so much for coming on the stream, David. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Get your rest. Have a great day with your family tomorrow. And thank you so much for your support. It's good to go deep sometimes. I totally agree. And if you guys can handle that, then I'll go deep sometimes. I'll go deep. Let's see. Your shoes untied. I'm actually barefoot right now, guys, believe it or not. So Take that, cybernetic husky. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. What do you say to that? Huh? Oh man. I always forget to take this stupid tip off. There we go. You guys don't want a protected sword, right? You want my sword to be unprotected. You're the best kind of Christian. You accept you're not perfect and don't make assumptions about other fine by me. Well, thank you for that, Trauma. I appreciate that. I think that that's what true Christians should be like, you know. Thank you for being here in the stream, by the way, Trauma. Let's see. Part of being a Christ follower is being wholly honest about yourself with God and not using your failures as licenses for evil. I totally agree. But at the same time, you also have to be honest with yourself that you are still a sinner and all that. I also like the topics of mythical monsters like Bigfoot and Nessie. I know we don't have much proof, but still fun to think about. I love talking about the Loch Ness monster and Bigfoot and all that stuff. And I have a pretty weird viewpoint on all of that. I really think that a lot of the mythological creatures are based in like reality. Like I think that there's definitely inspiration from reality for all of these different kinds of creatures. And I totally believe that at some point there was probably some sort of creature, dinosaur, something like that in Loch Ness that they based the Loch Ness monster myth off of. At the same time, I also think that it's even possible to this day that there might be some sort of North American ape or something like that out there in North America that Bigfoot is kind of based off of as well. And I think the same thing is true with like even werewolves and stuff. Like werewolves have like come from like I believe if I'm not mistaken, come from like Celtic backgrounds. If you get like really deep into the origin of werewolves. And because of that, you know, there's like a lot of Celtic people, like the Druids and stuff, who would put on different types of clothes and stuff. And, you know, even like vampires have some sort of inspiration from reality and all that stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm totally just nerding out about that. But, but yeah. Hey, thanks for being here, Cassie, or Cass. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a fantastic night. Let's see. Is there an old show that you would want a streaming service to remake? That's a good question. That's a really good question. An old show that I would like a streaming service to remake. See, when I think old, I think about the old shows that I used to watch, like Andy Griffith, I Love Lucy, Green Acres, those kinds of shows. I don't know. That's a really good question. That's a really good question, actually. But those shows don't really need remakes. They're still classics to this day. I'll have to think about that, Michael, and get back to you on that. Shoes still untied. I don't know if you were wearing them or not. My shoes, cybernetic husky, are never untied. Never. Take back the words that you said right now. I don't care, but I don't know. Cybernetic, you are a silly person. Happy Easter, Josiah must go. Thank you, Bruce, for being here. Love you, man. Respect you. I respect you too, real Cap and Jack. Let's see. Where am I at here? The Senate. What did I miss? You missed a lot. We've been talking about all sorts of things. It's been really fun. Been a really fun night. We've talked about Game of Thrones. We've talked about Lord of the Rings. We've talked about Easter. We've talked about Christianity. We've talked about Narnia. We've talked about mythology. We've talked about Marvel. Yeah, it's been kind of all over the place, but it's been fun. Bigfoot is based on an ape that went extinct 12,000 years ago. Definitely a possibility. What are you doing, Tisha? My wife was like peeking around the corner and stuff. She was kind of freaking me out a little bit. That roamed in North America. Yeah, I totally agree with you there, soy based Jeremy. I think that's definitely a possibility. Alex asks, do you think we are alone in the universe? I mean, our galaxy alone has an estimated 100 billion planets, one of those has to host another life. I definitely do not rule out that possibility. I think that there's a possibility that there might be some sort of life of some sort on other planets and stuff. Let's see. As for movie fan says, as for Loch Ness, I think it's probably some kind of ancient dinosaur. They found a cave in the side of the lake that opens into an underground air pocket. Yeah, and that's really cool. And you know what, guys, talking about dinosaurs and stuff, something that I think is really cool is the fact that there's a lot of like Aztec and Mayan stones that have dinosaurs on them, and some of them, if you guys actually look it up and stuff, there's actually some of the stones that show people riding dinosaurs. I'm just saying that's pretty freaking cool. So, also there's some sort of cathedral, I believe, that's in England, if I'm not mistaken. This is coming from like the 12th century or something like that, where they have a Stegosaurus, very clearly a Stegosaurus in a stone in one of the cathedrals there, which is pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. The Price is Right review. Thank you for that $2 super chat, my friend. I really appreciate that. Good evening, my man. Happy Easter, bro. Same to you. Thank you for that super chat. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Appreciate all of your support, and I hope you're doing good. I haven't seen you around recently, so I hope you're doing good. Let's see. I missed Narnia talk crap. Yeah, we didn't really talk too much about Narnia. I was just basically telling people that there is like that Netflix is actually going to be remaking the Narnia series and stuff. They're going to be rebooting it, I guess you could say. And I was kind of talking about how like I actually really do like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I think that Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe is actually a really good movie. Prince Caspian and Voyage are a little bit iffy, but for the most part, I would say that Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe is actually a really solid film. So yeah. Alex says, I can't wait for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 6. You should do reaction for episodes when it starts, or at least reviews. That would be really, really awesome. That would be super cool. I can't wait for that show either. I'll have to see how I can watch it, because I don't really want to subscribe to ABC. So I'll have to figure out a way to watch it. I might be able to watch it through Hulu TV, actually, if I'm not mistaken. And if that's the case, then yeah, we will definitely be doing watch parties or review parties of that when that starts coming out as well. Super excited for that. Let's see. The Senate says, I believe in aliens. There has to be something out there. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to disagree with you there. I think that there's definitely that possibility. Mark Taylor says, and Narnia is Christianity, but I am sure you are aware of that. Yes, I've actually studied C.S. Lewis pretty deeply when I was younger and stuff, and his works and all that. So yeah. What if we sold all of our SJWs to space aliens in exchange for their technology? The aliens would have used this for our idiots, and we get a cure for cancer. Oh man. Again, you keep on coming up with all these great ideas random, and I think that you should honestly be hired or something for these ideas, because you're oh man, I like your ideas. I really do. How is your cat doing? I got my cat back in August, but she was probably a month or so old. I just saw your cat walk past the screen. My cat is having a little bit of issue right now with his fur and stuff. I don't know if we don't know what it is, but he's been suffering hair loss for some reason, and we think it has to do with allergies or something, with some flea medicine or something like that. So I took him to the vet Thursday, and I was like, and they said basically just you're gonna have to wait, see what happens when it all gets through his system. Hopefully his hair will grow back and stuff, and that'll be it. But for now, he's kind of suffering some hair loss right now, which is kind of weird. But hopefully he'll get over that soon. So yeah. And that's awesome to hear that you got your cat back. That's really awesome. Especially since she's only a month old. That's like super young. She's still a little kitten. Or maybe not a little kitten, but definitely a kitten still. Let's see. The Equalizer says they've been talking about bringing back the Mammoth. I wonder how that's going. Yeah. I actually just looked into that to see what were the updates on all of that not very long ago. And I think they were kind of I don't think there was any really new news about that out or anything, but I believe that they've been making some progress on that. But yeah, kind of interesting. Um Price is Right review says, me as a huge buff for history, I've always wanted to learn what was America like during the time of Christ. A lot of missing history besides the Aztec. I totally agree. Actually, that's actually really cool. I love history too. I don't study as much as I used to, but history is fascinating. History is really cool. And the funny thing is that the older I get, the more I'm getting more back into history and stuff. I've studied a lot of like Norse history, and so that's definitely where I kind of have a lot of expertise in is like Norse history, medieval history, things like that. But I do want to kind of brush up on lot more history besides just that. So yeah, Ruth, thank you for the two. Ruth, thank you for that $2 super chat. And she says, "Hold on a second. Let me think about how you say it. I want a jalapeno T-shirt, but did I say it right? Jalapeno, jalapeno, jalapeno. I see what you're trying to do there, Ruth. I see what you're trying to do there." Jeff Buffington says, "I thought the Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe was a good movie myself. I totally agree. I actually really liked Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe. It was actually a really good film. Really was. Has a really good battle sequence at the end. I think that was really epic. Everything about that movie is actually pretty well made. I thought the cat looked a little sparsely dressed. Yeah, my kitty's having some issues right now, which is kind of sad, but he's still a really awesome cat. Um, Michael says, "Dude, we got two huskies. Boy, oh boy, they are keeping us busy. That sounds like a handful." I've heard. Let's see. I have Solo on in the background. Thank God for my friend's Voodoo account, and it's not that bad from half-assed paying attention. Yeah, Solo isn't the worst movie of all time. That's for sure. That's yeah. There were some positive things about it. I will say that the movie itself was not completely terrible. Um, yes, history is also my favorite topic. I find World War II interesting. Yes, I do love World War II as well, but scary, interesting. Who in their right mind would think it's okay to eliminate a whole religion of people? So terrible, SMH. Yeah, it's really terrible time, and it's really scary to think that it hasn't even been 100 years ago since World War II took place and stuff, and how quickly so many people in our country has forgotten about it. Like you can see interviews of people asking like school kids who was Hitler, and they really can't give an answer. That's not good. That's not a good thing. That's not good at all. Yeah, soy based Jeremy, you can link me the channel if you want, or just tell me the name of it, and I'll look it up real quick, and then I'll uh I'll keep it up and stuff, and I'll check it out. Definitely let me know because I would love to see some more history type of channels and stuff. That'd be cool. Um, Ruth says yes, like the way you say jalapeno though. Jalapeno. Chewie was good in Solo. Yeah, he was. Actually, Chewie was probably my favorite in Solo out of all the Star Wars movies, which is really weird, but yeah. Solo could have been better, and some things were pointlessly explained, but would have been better off left as a mystery. I totally agree. For the most part, it was a pretty unnecessary film. It really was. It was a really unnecessary film. There's no reason that we needed that film, and especially for some of the stupid stuff that they had to explain in the movie. Like, you don't need to tell us everything. You don't need to tell us how Solo gets his jacket. We don't care. We don't need to know that. Um, let's see. Other than that, Solo was okay. It suffered more because The Last Jedi ticked a bunch of us off, including myself. Yeah, I totally agree, and I think that wave of anger still kind of carried over into Solo. Um, yeah, but for the most part, I just didn't care about the movie. I didn't care about Solo, which is why I didn't go see it in theater. I was like, I really don't care about this movie. I don't understand why we need this movie, which is why I waited until it was on Netflix to watch for free. Because like this, there's literally no reason to have this movie. In my high school, my history teacher is obsessed with talking about Hitler. It's kind of disturbing a bit, but it's informative. Yeah. When someone's obsessed about talking about Hitler, then that's kind of weird. There needs to be a balance for sure. Alex says, "Well, yes, not the best. I found myself surprised by how much I enjoyed Solo. I guess depending on your opinion, it was a decent film. I went in with low expectations and had a fun time." Yeah, I mean, I will say I would agree with you there. I actually enjoyed Solo more than I thought I would. I did not think I was going to enjoy it that much, and I did enjoy some things about it. I thought that one of the weakest things about the movie was the relationship between Amelia Clark's character and Solo. Thought that was a very, very weak part of the film. And that was like obviously one of the biggest plot points of the film, but it was one of the weakest. They did not do a good job with that part at all. I think Solo was kind of a feel good movie like the Ewok movie. Oh man, I haven't seen that Ewok movie in a long time, but man, I used to watch that thing all the time when I was a kid. That was a good time. That was a good time. Fire of Learning. I will look it up right now. I will put it in my search, and then I will Fire of Learning, and then I'll have it up here. Cool. I'll check it out. Thank you for that, Soy Base Jeremy. I appreciate that. Oh, SJW's attacked this channel, huh? Well, I'm definitely on board for that. I'm definitely going to be checking this channel out for sure. I will put a link of it in the description or in the chat here for anyone else that wants to check them out as well. There we go. Fire of Learning. So if anyone wants to go check out a history channel, there you go. The one Disney Star Wars film I deemed unnecessary was Rogue One. Everyone dies, and the only characters I really cared about were Galen Erso and K2SO. K2SO is definitely the best part of that movie. Pretty much everyone else was very boring to watch. I felt like I was watching cardboard cutouts acting in a movie for the most part. The only part that I really remember from that movie even was Darth Vader at the end. Like the rest of the movie is pretty highly forgettable. I'm not even gonna lie. The only part I like really remember is Darth Vader going on his rampage at the end, which was super cool. But besides that, I wasn't a big fan of Rogue One either. Um. Oh, they got after him over his Viking video, huh? Well, that's really interesting. I'll have to take a look at that as well. Thank you for that, Soy Base Jeremy. I appreciate that. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here, Pop Culture PB. I appreciate that. And it's good to see you in the chat. Good morning, all. Have a wonderful Easter. Thank you for that. Prider Meyer, I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. But let's see. All the anthology films that they've made have sucked. I wouldn't necessarily say they sucked. I just feel like that for the most part they just are kind of meh. They're just kind of like I don't know. They're just whatever. Let's see. Completely disagree. Rogue One 100% stands on its faithfulness to the original Star Wars ethos and spirit. Yeah, I mean, I would say for the most part, it does kind of feel kind of like the original trilogy, but I don't think that the character development was very good in that movie. And I just had problems with like the writing and the character development, things like that. Only Darth Vader part kicked butt. I love that part in that movie for sure. Um, Vader having a palace on Mustafar was a good idea, but they easily could have put that into a flashback in the sequel trilogy. Yeah, I mean, I think it was just fine. It was just fine. Well, I'm glad that you have your opinion too, Gus. Thank you for sharing your opinion. That's what this channel is all about. We all can just share our opinions, and we're not going to be attacked. We're not going to be called racist. We're not going to be called sexist. So feel free to have your opinion, man. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Um, Disney treated the anthology films like filler from the beginning, and it showed. Yeah, I agree with that, Gus. I really do. Um, Gus asked thoughts on the new Lord of the Rings series from Amazon. Oh man, you guys are great. I love the fact that you keep on bringing up Lord of the Rings. um, let me brandish my sting as I talk about this. Okay, so I've already talked about this earlier in the stream, so I'm not going to get too much into it. But I will say, for the most part, I'm excited for it. But there's a part of me that's scared because obviously, right now, SJWs love to ruin pretty much all of our entertainment. They love to ruin these different franchises that we love. And I can see something like that happening with Lord of the Rings, and that would be like the worst thing of all time. So I don't want that to happen because I love Lord of the Rings just so much. So I don't want that to happen. But on the other hand, Amazon has been showing so far, they've proven so far that they're actually very careful about what they're going to be doing with this series. I mean, they've sunk like $1 billion into it, so they have to do something. They have to, they can't like mess this up, right? The first thing that they posted on Twitter under the Lord of the Rings Amazon Prime uh, Twitter account was a quote from Tolkien. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign that they're actually paying attention to the things that Tolkien said. And yeah, for the most part, I'm actually pretty excited about it. I really am. But needless to say, if they mess it up, I'll be coming after you, Amazon. I will be coming after you. So you better watch it. Okay. Let's see. Seriously love hearing others' opinions. Same here, real Cap and Jack. I love hearing other people's opinions, especially when they don't agree with mine. I know, crazy, right? Can't imagine an SJW ever saying that, right? Lord of the Rings is the best. I totally agree with that. Cybernetic, 100%, 120%. um, let's see. Would aliens see our broadcast of Star Wars and be offended? We have humans playing alien roles. We are doing alien face, and they accuse us of human privilege. Alien face! Ah! Someday SJWs will probably be crying about that too. $1 billion ain't nothing to F with. I totally agree, Gus. They they need to be careful for sure. I've only watched the first Lord of the Rings movie. Are the rest good? Yeah, yeah, they're incredible. Please watch them, please. You hurt my soul when you say you haven't watched Lord of the Rings, man. It hurts. It really does. Let me guess. The average butter knife to a hobbit is a dagger. Pretty much. I mean, yeah. They basically. Oh man, crap! I can't remember what they call Sting. Something like that in the books. They're like a pocket knife, right? Don't they call like Sting like a pocket knife or something? And then like for Bilbo, it's like a perfect size sword, which is lovely. It's actually pretty cool. I'm only worried because the Tolkien estate no longer owns the rights to Lord of the Rings, as far as I understand. Yeah, I think I actually need to brush up on that. I need to brush up on where everything is at with the Tolkien estate and the rights and all that stuff. I know that Christopher Tolkien isn't quite. I it's wait a second here. Wait a second. Christopher Tolkien is still alive, but He's 94 years old. So I think he's not quite as in control of the rights for Lord of the Rings as he used to be. And I know that his son, I can't remember his son's name, Simon. Simon is actually a big fan of the movies and stuff. So Simon wants more Lord of the Rings type of content out there. So I think Simon and probably the other kids are probably kind of being a little bit more lax with the rights for Lord of the Rings and Middle Earth and stuff than Christopher was. Christopher is very, very strict on all of that stuff. But yeah. Let's see. There's a lot of live action remakes being made lately. Lord of the Rings on Amazon. Apparently, Avatar: The Last Bender on Netflix. Yep. And Netflix is also making a live action version of Witcher as well. That's kind of their Game of Thrones, I guess. Lord of the Rings is like Amazon's Game of Thrones. Witcher is like Netflix's Game of Thrones. Is Hulu making any sort of fantasy series in the future? I can't remember off the top of my head. Do you prefer the theatrical versions of Lord of the Rings films or the extended ones? I own the theatrical versions as well as the extended, but I only watch extended. Extended is the only way to really watch Lord of the Rings. It's incredible. It adds just so much more depth and layers to the movies. It really does. Is that Glamdring behind me? No, it is actually it's actually Narsil. Can you guys see that? So yeah, this is Narsil. Eventually, someday, I will be getting a an Anduril as well, and then I'll be getting a Shards of Narsil, and I'm going to have it kind of like set up somehow so that like there will be Narsil, there will be the Shards of Narsil, and then there will be Anduril. So it kind of shows the progression of what happens with the sword, which I think would be pretty cool. Michael Sand says, "Seems like a great group of people in here." It is a great group of people in here, Michael. It really is. Crazy, right? Let's see. Bruce says I wrote a book a long time ago about urban fantasy and politics. That sounds interesting. I'm really excited for Pixar's urban fantasy movie, Onward, which is coming out this year, or is it next year? Next year. I'm actually really excited about that film. So if you guys don't know too much about that, look into it because Onward sounds like a pretty interesting film. And it is, in fact, the only original movie. The only original movie, meaning it isn't a remake, reboot, sequel, prequel, anything like that, coming from Disney for the next like 3 years. So yeah. I haven't watched Lord of the Rings enough. Totally agree, Cybernetic. I watched Lord of the Rings. I've seen Lord of the Rings probably over 100 times in my lifetime, and it still doesn't feel like enough, for sure. I totally agree. Yeah, they call it Troll's Pocket Knife. That is correct. They do indeed. Yes, I remember that now. Thank you for that, Gus. Oh, letter opener. Crap. What do they say? This is bugging me now. I can't believe I can't think of this. Hold on, guys. I have to look into this now. I can't remember. I'll have to look into this later, but yeah, I'll have to look into what they say about Sting. But they do say something like that about Sting in the books, in the book, I believe. So I'll have to look into that. I can't believe I can't think of that off the top of my head, but yeah, shame on me. Shame on me. Melkor is I love Soy Based Jeremy says I love Melkor in the Tolkien's universe. Yeah, he's a great guy. Great guy. He Oh man, that's funny. That's really funny. Christopher Tolkien hated the Lord of the Rings films, but his son supported them. It led to rift between them for a while. Yeah, Christopher Tolkien did not like them at all. Let's see. The Hobbit movies. He retired, I thought, and thought he signed it off. I hope Simon is in an SJW. Yeah, I believe you're correct. I believe Christopher Tolkien has kind of just retired from all of that, and Simon is kind of the one in charge now. I don't know too much about Simon. I'll have to do some research on Simon. I will have to do that. Witcher series on Netflix, cool. Yeah, I hope it's good. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with Netflix, so we'll have to wait and see on that. Jeff says, "Ooh, pretty sword you were holding out on us, Josiah." No, I've shown this sword quite a few times on my streams before. I'm sorry that you haven't seen it yet, though. But yeah, I love it. I love that sword. I have like 5 other swords too, so I'll have to do another show off on those sometime as well. I have an Attack on Titan sword. I have like 3 claymores, I think, a katana. I think that's it. I think. Yeah, the extended editions are very detailed. It takes a while to watch them all, though. Yeah, it really does, but it's totally worth it. Vigo was great in Green Book too. Good to see Bronxer, Dadbot, and Aragorn. Yeah, Green Book is a great movie. If you haven't checked it out yet, definitely worth it. These streams are great. They're a nice way to end the night. The chat is fun to read through, and it makes it better. When we have a great YouTuber like you or Jeremy or everyone else from G&G, thank you for that, Alex. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I just love hanging out with you guys and talking with you guys. I really do. It really makes me feel more connected to you guys because you guys are obviously the ones that watch my videos and stuff. So yeah, I really do. I really do appreciate it. So, and I appreciate you guys coming out to these streams. I really do. Do I like Melkor? I wouldn't say I like Melkor. I think he's cool, but I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily like a Melkor follower or anything, if that makes sense. I don't agree with a lot of Melkor's actions. Well, let's just say that. But he is a very intriguing character. He really is. I think it's really interesting how he like looks at things just so much more differently than the rest of the Maiar do and stuff and all that. So yeah, I think that's really cool. Would you rather be captured by orcs or be surrounded by SJWs? I probably have a better chance with the orcs, to be completely honest. Buddy, hi, hi, how are you doing? You want to say hi to the camera? Say hi. Say hi. SJWs would fall for an orc trap any day. Yeah, totally true. I watched the Unicorn Store. I'm sorry about that the other day, and now I have cancer of the soul. Pray for me. I will definitely be praying for you, and I hope that you get better soon. Hopefully, you can recover. I don't know if there is a way to recover after watching Unicorn Store, but I hope you find some way. Just make sure that you eat lots of protein, and you probably will be okay. You probably be okay. In the story, let's see. Okay, interesting. In the story, it is a magical elvish knife or dagger, presumably forged in Gondolin in the First Age. Yeah, I know all that about Sting, but I just can't remember exactly what the quote is from the book about it. Like something about it being a pocket knife or a letter opener, something like that. And I don't understand why I can't remember how that quote goes, but I know that that's somewhere in there. So yeah. Extended edition is the only way to watch Lord of the Rings. I totally agree, Jeff. Yeah, a sword demo vid would be dope. Maybe I'll just make a video and I'll just post on the channel sometime. Um, my streams are fun. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Captain Jack. After all, you are my Captain Jack. I tell you this every time, but I'm just telling you again. You are my Captain Jack. um, is the English version any good? The English of Attack on Titan. Gotcha. Yes. I watched Attack on Titan first in English, and then I watched it through again in subtitles, I believe, or maybe it was the other way around. I can't remember. But I have seen it in both ways. But yeah. I like both ways. Um let's see. We're okay. Alex says you must have had a stern talk with your phone from the other night. We haven't heard that white noise like we did on Friday. I haven't heard it once tonight. Friday must have been bad luck day. Yeah, no, I totally just yeeted my phone right out of here right at the beginning of the stream. So we haven't had any issues with it. My phone is nowhere near my setup. So there's no worries there. I appreciate all of you guys helping me out with that. And we got it figured out, it seems like. So yeah. Looks like my old kitty Kiki. Oh, that's really cute. That's really sweet. Pets the cat. Yes, my cat is very pettable. He loves to be pet, and he loves to cuddle. He is like seriously a huge cuddle bug. He loves to cuddle. Wakanda forever. That's right. I watched the trailer for it, and my idiotic movie director went off loud, so I passed. Yeah. Oh, your idiotic movie detector went off loud, so I passed. Yeah, that was definitely a good decision on your part, Fixie. No need to waste your time on that, for sure. Let's see. Am I going to do D Live sometime? I will probably set up a D. I do have a D Live account set up actually. Let me see if I can grab the link to that and then drop that down in the chat for you guys. I do have a D Live account. I just haven't posted anything to it yet, and I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with my D Live account yet. I kind of want to do something different somehow than these types of streams. But I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be yet. Okay, I got my link. Okay, dropping it into the chat now. If you guys want to go subscribe to me on D Live, I will be doing something with it at some point. I don't know exactly what yet, but I will be figuring something out for it. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot it was 420 yesterday. That's amazing. I like Black Panther, but I didn't love it. I think all the stereotypes and politics were way overblown by the press. Yeah, I really did enjoy Black Panther. I thought it was a good film. I don't think it was like a masterpiece and deserved to be Best Picture or anything. I think that was really an overhype on the media's part. But for the most part, I did enjoy the movie a lot. I thought it was a good movie. I thought it had some really good stuff in it. Thoughts on those crappy CW DC shows? They're crappy. They are definitely crappy. Yeah. No, I enjoyed The Flash for the first couple seasons. Then after that just kind of went to pot. And then the rest of the CW is just crap. You said it the best, Senate. It's just crap. D Live is a streaming platform. D Live stream can be different. Just remove hat. That's a good idea. I could remove my hat, but I have pretty bad hat hair right now, probably. So I don't want to freak all of you guys out and have y'all leave because of my hat hair. So So yeah. But D Live is a new streaming platform that is actually endorsed by PewDiePie, where it has a different kind of monetization type of system on it. And basically, all of the money that you make as the creator, you keep. They don't keep any cuts for themselves or anything. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'll have to. I'm gonna look more into D Live and stuff. It looks like I got some followers on here, which is cool. Hey guys, people are apparently chatting. So yeah, and it says I'm offline here on D Live. But yeah, I'm gonna do something with D Live. Don't worry about that, guys. I will be doing something with D Live sometime in the near future. If you guys have any ideas of what I could do with D Live, let me know. Or no hair. I got hair under here. Are you kidding me? My hair is actually kind of starting to get a little bit long and stuff. But yeah, I do got some hair under here. See, I got some hair. Should I like? There we go. That's a good look for me, right? Wow, that looks horrid. That looks horrid. What's up, everybody? Oh man. You shave your head daily. Wow. Someday, someday I hope to have a nice, thick, sexy beard like Ragnar Lothbrok from Vikings. Then I'm gonna shave all my head and tattoo it. It's gonna be epic. um oh, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, I've actually been kind of growing my hair out too, but it's really annoying. I actually do not like having my hair grown out. So I'm probably gonna get it chopped. Doesn't really matter anyway because I just wear this hat for you guys all the time, so it doesn't matter what my hair looks like. So I'm just gonna chop it off, keep the hat on, and that'll be it. Don't want those rumors like Jeremy had. LOL. Yeah, that's true. That is a good point. What is my hat doing right now? There we go. Okay, it's 11:45. I want to get some more Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic in before bed. It was great stream, but it's getting late. I'll check to see how this ended tomorrow. Thank you, Alex. Actually, we've been streaming for quite a while now. Actually, since we've been streaming since like 10:15. Yikes! Yeah, we've been going for a long time. I probably should wrap this up soon. Headbang is much better with long hair. True, but I am not a good headbanger. So yeah. That was soy SJW right there with the hair sticking out. Totally agree. Yeah. There you go. There's a parody account for one of you guys. Oh man. Shave it. Do it. I think I will. Someday. Someday. Let's see. All right, guys. Well, I think we might end the stream here. We have 75 likes on the stream, which is incredible, and no dislikes. Take that, SJWs. And with that being said, thank you so much for coming out, everyone. You guys rock. And yeah, I appreciate all of your generosity, your donations. And you guys have a fantastic Easter tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great day with your family, with loved ones. Have fun. And yeah, I will see you Monday for our Game of Thrones stream. And I'll definitely be back doing videos again on Monday. I'm actually just going to take the day off completely tomorrow. If you guys don't mind that. I haven't had a day off in months, and it would be really nice to have a day off. So I'm going to take tomorrow off and just kind of chill tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great evening, great night. Thank you once again for all of your generosity. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I will talk to you all very soon in another video. Talk to you all Monday. Have a great day tomorrow. And yeah, have a good night, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye.